NURECAB project. And the full name of the project is European Ukrainian Nuclear Research and Education Capacity Building. And actually, let me introduce myself. My name is Sergey Pugac. I work for National Science Center, Kharkiv Institute of Physics and Technology as a head of technology transfer office. I represent Euratom National Contact Point in Ukraine for fission, and I'm coordinator of NURECAB project. Nuclear energy plays a crucial role in Ukrainian energy balance. We are talking about nuclear renaissance in Europe and globally. A lot of countries are considering or reconsidering nuclear as a green, safe, reliable source of energy, both for electrical needs and non-power applications. One more source of nuclear energy is fusion, and it is strongly supported by European Union as well. And we believe that it will be utilized in near future. So both fusion and fission requires qualified trained staff, requires safe, reliable, and efficient technologies. And in brief, NURECAB project is focused on support of Ukrainian nuclear education and integration of Ukrainian researchers into Euratom research and training program. There are two Sorry, could you move the slide? Oh, thank you. There are two main objectives of our project. The first one, support and improvement of nuclear education and training programs in Ukraine. And the second one, strengthen integration of Ukrainian research and education entities and their infrastructures into Euratom program. And some specific objectives are quality improvement of nuclear education and training program, reducing the gap between nuclear education and nuclear sector needs, attraction of young generation to the nuclear sector, strengthening cooperation between Ukrainian and European research entities and academia to improve the participation in the Euratom program, awareness about Euratom program, and enhancing of competencies and communication tools of Euratom National Contact Point in Ukraine.
Сергей, мы не видим полный экран. Мы видим только всех участников. Мы видим только всех участников. Да. Да, сейчас отлично.
Sorry, could you share presentation? Thank you. What about now? Do you see the full screen?
Yes, now it's okay.
Oh, thank you very much. The consortium of NURECAB project consists of 9 entities. 5 Ukrainian universities providing nuclear education, European Nuclear Education Network, Ukrainian Nuclear Society, joint stock company, National Nuclear Energy Generating Company, Energatom, and project is coordinated by National Science Center, Kharkiv Institute of Physics and Technology. Today's agenda includes materials presented by European Commission representatives, European Nuclear Networking entities, Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine, Horizon Europe office in Ukraine, and NURECAB coordinator. I hope that this agenda will be useful and beneficial for our community, and it will be a good start of our NURECAB coordination and support action. And actually, we are not a large consortium, so before the core presentations, I would like to give the floor our partners to make a presentation of institute and entities of consortium. So I am pleased to give the floor my colleague, Dr. Alexander Volobuyev, the Scientific Secretary of National Science Center Kharkiv Institute of Physics and Technology, to present some words about KIPT.
Okay.
Alexander, the floor is yours. Please connect and share your presentation or just say some words about KIPT.
Okay, thank you, Sergey. Шановні колеги, дозвольте мені привітати вас на нашому заході від імені координатора проєкту NURECAB Національного наукового центру Харківський фізико-технічний інститут. Сучасні можливості зв'язку дозволяють нам ефективно спілкуватися, хоча ми знаходимося в різних місцях. Я перебуваю зараз в НКП «Євратом Україна» в Харкові, за 27 кілометрів від кордону з країною-агресором. Частина нашої команди знаходиться в Києві, Сергій і та інших містах. Дозвольте сказати декілька слів про ННЦ ХФТІ. За 95 років в інституті було отримано велику кількість першокласних наукових результатів, практичних і в різних напрямках фізичної науки. Так, в нашому інституті вперше на теренах колишнього СРСР було розщеплено ядро атома літію штучно прискореними протонами. З 72-го до кінця 91-го року ХФТІ виконував функції головної організації в колишньому СРСР з координації робіт в галузі радіаційного матеріалознавства і радіаційних технологій. Після розпаду СРСР інститут активно включився в процес встановлення науково-технічного потенціалу України. Указом президента країни в 93-му році інституту було надано статус першого в Україні національного наукового центру. У 2004 році ННЦ ХФТІ став головною організацією з виконання державної програми досліджень ядерних і радіаційних технологій до 2010 року. Понад 40 академічних і галузевих організацій взяли участь у виконанні програми. Після підписання у 2016 року угоди між урядом України та Європейським співтовариством з атомної енергії про наукову і технологічну співпрацю, про асоційовану участь України в програмі наукових досліджень та навчання Євратом, в ННЦ ХФТІ, на базі ННЦ ХФТІ був створений національний контактний пункт, який за цей період виконав два coordinated and supported проекти. Останні 2,5 роки ми продовжуємо наполегливо працювати, отримуємо важливі результати. Наприклад, в науково-технічному комплексі «Ядерний паливний цикл» завершено робочий проєкт управління, робочий проєкт виготовлення поглинаючих елементів та поглинаючих стрижнів, системи управління і захисту, які дослідна партія цих СУС поставлено на енергоблок Ровенської атомної електростанції. Наша аспірантура має акредитацію до 2009 року, де ми готуємо фахівців, в тому числі з ядерної енергетики. Ми тут не представляємо нашу презентацію, вона є, і якщо буде запис, то можна буде подивитись на наші результати на сайті НКП. Зараз ми починаємо роботу за новим важливим проєктом. Впевнений, що ми зможемо виконати всі завдання і цілі проєкту. Я бажаю всім учасникам консорціуму успіхів і плідної сумісної праці. Дякую вам.
Thank you very much, Alexander. I would like to invite the next speaker from Karazin Kharkiv National University, Vice Rector for for Research and Teaching, Anton Panteleimонов. Please welcome. You hear us in your presentation, or just say some words about it?
Just say some words, dear colleagues, dear participants. Я дуже радий вітати всіх на відкритті такого дуже важливого заходу для університету, для Харкова, для України і дуже важливого для фізико-технічного факультету, тому що фізико-технічний факультет є унікальним утворенням і в Харкові унікальним утворенням, тому що тільки в Харкові є така направленість підготовки і наукової, і освітньої, як фізика плазми. Є, звісно, матеріалобудування, реакторобудування, але фізики плазми не залишилося на теренах України практично ніде, окрім Харкова. Тому я дуже радий, що університет включений до консорціуму. Я дуже радий всіх привітати на цьому зібранні. І я хочу всім подякувати за те, що наші міжнародні партнери, вони не забувають про Харків. Вони не забувають про те, що в Харкові залишилися вчені, залишилися студенти, залишилися аспіранти, докторанти, ті, які можуть і будуть займатися проблемами сучасної фізики плазми і взагалі проблемами фізико-технічного спрямування. Тому я бажаю всім зараз на цьому кік-офф-мітингу плідних дискусій і плідного знайомства один з одним. Ну і ще раз дякую за те, що університет представлений, гідно представлений, і він і буде гідно представлений у всіх наукових спрямуваннях, які підтримуються грантовою допомогою. Дякую.
Thank you very much, Anton. And I would like to give a floor next speaker from National Technical University of Ukraine, Igor Sikorsky Kyiv Polytechnical Institute, Vice Rector for International Relations, Andriy Shisholin. Please, the floor is yours.
Шановні колеги, від імені КПІ імені Ігоря Сікорського дозвольте вас вітати на стартовій зустрічі цього проєкту. Для нас дуже важливо, що буквально на цьому тижні ми відсвяткували нашу 126-ту річницю, і ми беремо участь в великій кількості важливих проєктів. Національний технічний університет України, Київський політехнічний інститут імені Ігоря Сікорського на сьогодні це освітньо-науковий осередок, в якому поєднання освіти, наука та інновації. Наш університет з моменту свого народження і до сьогоднішнього дня прагне бути на передовій освітніх і наукових змін, і даний проєкт NURECAB є яскравим прикладом цього прагнення. Даний проєкт відкриває нові можливості для наших здобувачів вищої освіти і науковців, а також допомагає зміцнити партнерські зв'язки з іншими навчальними закладами і дослідницькими центрами. Ядерні дослідження набули особливої важливості в контексті сучасної ситуації в Україні, враховуючи енергетичні виклики і виклики нашої безпеці, загрози нашої безпеці. Наша країна потребує високого рівня наукової і технічної підготовки для забезпечення безпечної експлуатації атомних електростанцій, а також для реагування на можливі загрози для забезпечення національної безпеки. Шановні колеги, я хочу висловити вдячність, перш за все, нашим колегам з КПІ, які долучились до цього проєкту, які доклали значних зусиль, а також всім іншим партнерам, які йдуть на зустріч друг другу і об'єднуються в таких визначних проєктах. Для нас велика честь бути частиною цього амбітного проєкту, і ми впевнені, що разом ми зможемо досягти значних успіхів, об'єднавши наші знання і досвід, а також маємо сподівання, що проєкт сприятиме більш швидкому інтегруванню КПІ та інших наших освітніх установ і наукових установ в освітній науковий простір Європи. Бажаю всім учасникам цього проєкту нових звершень, нових відкриттів, нової плідної співпраці. Дякую і до нових успіхів.
Thank you very much, Andriy. And we started from Kharkiv and Kyiv, and now we go to Odessa. And I would like to invite next speaker, the Vice Rector for Scientific Pedagogical Work and International Relations, Vyacheslav Shobik, Odessa National Polytechnical University. Vyacheslav, welcome. The floor is yours.
Шановні колеги, перш за все, дозвольте подякувати координатору проєкту NURECAB Харківському фізико-технічному інституту за підбір виконавців проєкту і включення до нього Одеської політехніки. Приємно визначити, що всі члени команди Київський університет Шевченка та Політехнічний інститут Сікорського, Харківський університет Каразіна та Політехнічний інститут і Одеська політехніка завжди виступають разом у різноманітних програмах, пов'язаних з атомною енергетикою. Тому такий колектив, на мій погляд, має здатність вирішити будь-які завдання, в тому числі такого амбітного проєкту. Ну, дозвольте нагадати деякі факти про наш університет і нашу кафедру, яка буде брати участь. Якщо ви бачите мою презентацію, то я коротко покажу, якщо вона на екрані, що ми з себе представляємо на сьогодні. Будь ласка, я щось не бачу, що...
Так, ми бачимо презентацію.
Щось вона у мене не їде. Нам виконується в цьому році 106 років. Ми стали багатопрофільним університетом, до складу якого входять 15 інститутів, в тому числі Інститут енергетики, на якому працює кафедра атомних електричних станцій. Цей інститут складається з 3 кафедр. Кафедра атомних електричних станцій, кафедра теплових електричних станцій, енергозберігаючих технологій, кафедра теоретичної та експериментальної ядерної фізики. Кафедра празднує в цьому році 60-річний юбілей. У роки колишнього Радянського Союзу вона навчала на одному курсі до 150 студентів, в тому числі іноземних студентів. Тому серед наших випускників ми можемо знайти міністра енергетики України, президента Енергоатома та 10 генеральних директорів атомних станцій України. Кафедра оздоблена сучасним обладнанням за рахунок того, що на базі університету працює Центр технічної допомоги Енергоатома. До складу кафедри входить 9 докторів наук, 5 освічених доцентів, кандидатів наук. Тому це дуже потужний колектив, який бере участь у багатьох проєктах і буде дійсно здатний вирішити проблеми цього проєкту. На цьому слайді представлені програми, до яких долучились наш університет і наша кафедра. Це Європейська мережа ядерної освіти, програми Національна лабораторія Америки Аргон, програми, пов'язані з НН Сарена, Старнет, Стацвік, СНЕК, Нуджиня, Енергоатом, який працює на нашій території, я вже казав, відділ технічної допомоги. І зовсім недавно ми долучилися до Європейського індустріального альянсу малих ядерних реакторів. Все ми робимо для того, щоб підвищити якість підготовки наших студентів, які беруть активну участь у цих програмах. Ви можете побачити, що студент наш побував в Парагонській лабораторії на стажируванні. Наші студенти беруть участь у літніх школах, яку організується лабораторія на території України на базі Києва. І тому всі наші зусилля направлені на те, щоб підготовка нового покоління атомників була на должному рівні. Дякую всіх за увагу. Бажаю всім успіхів у виконанні проєкту, нам, українцям, всім перемоги і миру. Слава Україні!
Героям слава! Thank you so much, Vyacheslav, and we'll be back to Kharkiv. And next speaker, Andrei Marchenko, Vice Rector for Scientific Work for the National Technical University Kharkiv Polytechnic Institute. Andrei, can you hear us? Please welcome. The floor is yours.
Доброго дня. Я хочу привітати всіх учасників сьогоднішнього зібрання і сказати наступне. По-перше, я підтримую всі ті позиції і заяви, які були сказані до мене з приводу того, що, ну, на мій погляд, одна із головних заяв, яка була, що тут зібралися в цьому проєкті ті організації, ті установи, які плідно співпрацюють вже не один рік. І тому це велика така передумова успішного виконання проєкту. Більше того, важливо і те, що Національний науковий центр Харківський фізико-технічний інститут для нас теж це рідна установа, з якою ми співпрацюємо, ну, дуже плідно і не один рік. Сталий розвиток, який сьогодні на часі, як основна стратегія розвитку цивілізації, він передбачає 17 основних цілей для виконання цього сталого розвитку. Але якщо ми подивимося на всі ці цілі, то вони передбачають широке використання енергетики. І ядерна енергетика тут, на мій погляд, є ключовою. Тому, коли мова йде про те, що це дуже важливо для Харкова, для фізико-технічного інституту, для наших університетів, я б сказав би так, що цей проєкт йде в стратегіях і просувається в стратегіях нашої цивілізації, в стратегіях Європи і світу. Тому він дуже важливий для всіх нас, дуже важливий як окремо, так і для всієї спільноти. Безумовно, в проєкті ми передбачаємо розроблення нових навчальних дисциплін і подальшу інтеграцію наших освітніх програм з потужною науковою базою і з великою практичним досвідом Національного наукового центру Харківський фізико-технічний інститут. І на завершення я щиро дякую усім нам за те, що ми зібралися. Я підкреслюю, усім нам. Тобто це величезна подія і для проєкту, і взагалі те, що наукова спільнота от таким чином координує свою діяльність. Бажаю, переконаний в тому, що наш проєкт буде мати успіх. Бажаю всім успіхів в цій роботі, перемоги і миру. Я зараз знаходжусь за кордоном на виставці з безпеки, і тому, скажімо так, вимушений буду зараз піти на заходи, які пов'язані з тими проєктами, які там розглядаються. Але я разом з вами і думками, ну і душою, і тілом. Всього найкращого. Слава Україні!
Героям слава! Thank you very much, Andriy, and it is nice to hear a voice from Kharkiv's colleagues or from concrete city. So the next speaker, we go to Belgium, to Brussels, to the heart of Europe, and I would like to give a floor Executive Director of the European Nuclear Education Network, Dr. Gabriel Pavel. Gabriel, can you hear us?
Good morning, everybody. Yes, I can hear you very well. I hope that you can also hear me.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great to be here with you, and I'm really happy that you are here with us. I am Gabriel Pavel. I'm the Executive Director of the European Nuclear Education Network, and I'm quite proud of this because our network consists of more than 90 universities and research centers and technical support organizations and private companies across EU. But not only across EU, because we are very well collaborating with sister networks, with international organizations all over the globe. And what we do here Oh, I must to confirm my speaking language. I don't know what is this. Let me try. Okay. What we are trying to do in NN is to try to put the brains together to try to find out solutions for the actual needs of the nuclear industry. I'm saying nuclear industry because nuclear industry is quite broad, starting from energy production, going to medicine, to agriculture, to space, and so on. So we are trying to have people together in specific fields, those specialists, those good specialists that have good ideas, and put them together and share and spread their ideas, that it can be implemented to other countries, to other regions, to even to other continents. In NURECAB, we are trying to have, let's say, a very good collaboration between all European entities. I'm saying entities because I mentioned before our types of members, and Ukrainian colleagues, and to try to see which are the needs and how we can support in fulfilling these needs. One very good example that I think it's a problem faced by everybody is the increased number of nuclear specialists that are needed in the field. So I'm sure that you heard it's not only you who needs these specialists all over Europe. And there is a very good reason for that. And there is a very positive reason for that. Nuclear has, let's say, a new beginning, at least in Europe. There are countless plans. There are numerous countries that are looking into developing new nuclear facilities for energy production, and not to mention the use of nuclear in medicine. So we are really happy to be here, and more in depth will go my colleague Katerina Pilyukhina, which will be soon here with us. Thank you very much for allowing me to present my organization and our, in short, our activity.
Thank you very much, Gabriel. And we move from the heart of Europe to heart of Ukraine, back to Kyiv, and I'm glad to invite next speaker, Vice Rector for Education of the Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv, Dr. Andriy Gozhik. Can you hear us?
Доброго здоров'я всім. Я вас чую. Ви мене чуєте?
Так.
Доброго здоров'я всім шановним учасникам. Я так само, як один з моїх колег, щиро радий бачити університети побратими, з якими ми постійно вирішуємо ті чи інші важливі державні справи. Це і Харківський університет Каразіна, і Харківська політехніка, і, безумовно, і КПІ Сікорського. Всі ці університети дружно йдуть в Україні, вирішуючи завдання різного плану. Якщо говорити про фізику, то ми одні з перших в Україні, скажімо так, започаткували програми з фізики. Можна буде перебільшенням, але ще з 1834 року фізичні дослідження розпочалися на кафедрі геогнозії. Значить, ми одні з небагатьох, хто має два фізичних факультети. Це фізичний, безпосередньо фізичний факультет і факультет радіофізики, електроніки і комп'ютерних систем, які займаються питаннями прикладної фізики. І завжди в новітній історії, вже майже 100 років, близько 100 років, ядерна проблематика, вона важлива для університету Шевченка, для фізичного факультету. Кафедра ядерної фізики, для прикладу, була створена ще в 1945 році, що говорить про те, що ми давно займаємося цими дослідженнями. Окремі програми з ядерної енергетики для обслуговування ядерних станцій в нашому університеті були започатковані в 80-ті роки минулого століття. На сьогодні ми маємо, попри те, що кількість людей, які бажають навчатися фізиці, з кожним роком падає в Україні, але ми на сьогодні маємо постійно наповнювані дві магістерські програми, які спрямовані на тематику ядерної енергетики чи близько до того. Це програма з ядерної фізики і програма з фізики високих енергій. Тобто ми свідомі того, що цей напрямок досліджень в Україні він надзвичайно важливий, його треба підтримувати, і керівництво університету завжди підтримувало і буде підтримувати ці дослідження, відповідні освітні програми, кафедри ядерної фізики, кафедри фізики високих енергій, які цим займаються, кафедру комп'ютерної механіки, яка допомагає синергійно розвивати ці дослідження. І ще наостанок скажу, ми вже впродовж тривалого часу проводимо підвищення кваліфікацій для працівників ядерних електростанцій України і вважаємо, що цим ми також робимо внесок у розвиток ядерної енергетики. Я вважаю, що наша участь в цьому проєкті буде плідною і піде на користь всім нам. Кожен з учасників університетів, він отримає добрий, хороший поштовх для подальшого розвитку. Удачі всім вам. Дякую.
Thank you so much, Andrei. And we see that Kyiv is alive and more than alive because we have the traffic jams is still the same as in peaceful time. So, and I would like to invite next speaker, head of the training and qualification department of the Johnstone Company, National Nuclear Energy Generating Company, Energatom. Dmytro Shamis, please, the floor is yours.
Будь ласка, президент. Добрый день, коллеги. Я Дмитро Шамис, директор департамента управління кваліфікації персоналу НЕК «Енергоатом». І кілька слів о нашій компанії. Будь ласка. Добре. Енергоатом експлуатує, як ви знаєте, експлуатує 4 АЕС України з 15 реакторами. Для задоволення потреби в кваліфікованому персоналі НЕК «Енергоатом» проводить профорієнтацію в школах, да, підтримує навчання студентів в вищих навчальних закладах. Принимают на работу выпускников высших начальных закладов атомной галузі, в том числе шляхом укладання индивидуальных контрактов со студентами. Договоры с высшими начальными закладами атомной галузі на надання послуг з підвищення кваліфікації нашого персоналу. І основні завдання «Енергоатому» в цьому проєкті – дослідження розривів у знаннях між існуючими освітніми програмами та потребами ядерної галузі в Україні, просування курсів ядерної освіти та їх інтеграція в освітній процес університетів і підготовку персоналу університетів. Дякую за запрошення для участі в цьому проєкті. І будемо працювати разом. Перемога буде за нами. Дякую.
Thank you so much, Dmitry. And the next speaker, Danilo Lavenov, Secretary of Ukrainian Nuclear Society. Danilo, welcome. The floor is yours.
Так, у нас теж була презентація, здається, невеличка. Доброго дня, шановні колеги. Також хочу подякувати. І для нас велика честь приймати участь в консорціумі, брати участь в цьому проєкті. Декілька слів хочу розказати про Українське ядерне товариство. Наша організація вже працює понад 30 років. Це без перебільшення одна з найбільших галузевих організацій не тільки в Україні, а й Європі. В нас станом на сьогодні понад 3000 індивідуальних членів і, до речі, багато з присутніх тут сьогодні також активно бере участь в роботі нашого Українського ядерного товариства. Будь ласка, наступний слайд. Як я казав, в 93-му році наша організація була створена. За цей час дуже велику кількість реалізовано проєктів. які направлені на профорієнтаційну роботу, просвітницьку роботу, наукову, інформаційну, міжнародну діяльність, в тому числі. І один з наших важливих напрямків – це якраз співпраця з підприємствами ядерної галузі, закладами вищої освіти, з науково-дослідними установами, якраз з метою підготовки фахівців для роботи в атомній галузі. Будь ласка, наступний слайд. Наші основні напрямки діяльності – міжнародна співпраця, інформаційно-просвітницький напрямок, підтримка ядерної науки, ядерних досліджень і, безумовно, така інформаційно-лобійська діяльність для просування проєктів атомної галузі на всіх рівнях. Будь ласка, наступний слайд. У нас наразі функціонує 15 відокремлених підрозділів, які розташовані, як ви бачите, майже у всіх куточках України. Кількість їх постійно збільшується. Наші відокремлені підрозділи створюються на базі як підприємств атомної галузі, так і на базі науково-дослідних установ, закладів вищої освіти і інших організацій, в тому числі навіть на базі урановидобувної промисловості, шахт Східного гірничо-збагачувального комбінату. Будь ласка, далі. І за 30 років було проведено величезну кількість заходів. На цих слайдах представлені тільки декілька з них. Будь ласка, далі. Ми проводимо ядерні школи, проводимо міжнародні конференції, спортивні заходи. До війни активно проводили візити різноманітних зацікавлених сторін громадськості на ядерні об'єкти. Будь ласка, далі. В нас проходять профорієнтаційні заходи, всеукраїнські конкурси, зокрема конкурси рефератів, конкурси наукових робіт, конкурси інноваційних проєктів, молодіжні форуми, освітні проєкти. Будь ласка, далі. Ми проводимо спеціалізовані тренінги по різним напрямкам діяльності, зокрема і для фахівців по роботі з громадськістю. Проводимо вебінари для вчителів шкіл старших класів, зокрема шкіл вчителів фізики. Проводимо творчі конкурси і спільно з Інститутом проблем безпеки АЕС видаємо науковий журнал «Ядерна енергетика та довкілля». Я дуже сподіваюся, що наш досвід і досвід нашої величезної команди і такої кількості активних членів, які беруть участь в роботі Українського ядерного товариства, безумовно стане в нагоді в рамках реалізації цього проєкту. І ми докладемо всіх зусиль, щоб наш досвід, наші знання, можливості і ту експертизу, яку ми маємо, успішно використати для реалізації завдань проєкту. Дякую за увагу і бажаю всім успіхів.
Thank you very much, Danilo, and I would like to thank all of our partners for short introduction of consortium members. And I believe that we have a balanced team, a very strong team, and we reach our goals and make impact that we planned. So, and now we can go to the co-presentation of our meeting, and NURECAB project is funded by the European Union within the Euratom Research and Training Program. And work program for 2023-2025 is it our program that funds this project. So as the first presentation of our core part, I would like to give a floor the representative of European Commission, Directorate General for Research and Innovation, Euratom Research, Katerina Tachkova. Please, the floor is yours. Welcome to our meeting. Can you hear us?
Yes, thank you, Sergey. Yes, thanks for invitation. I'm Katerina Tachkova. I'm working in European Commission in the GRTD unit for Euratom Research, and I am here on. I am doing this presentation actually on behalf of my colleague Mikola Jubinsky, who is on holiday. He's lucky. He's enjoying his end of summer holiday now. So I'm doing the presentation on his behalf. So the presentation was mainly prepared by him, and he will be also the project officer for the future. So for anything that you will need from the Commission, you will contact Mikola. I will be his backup also during the project. So if he will not be available, I will be here also to help if there is something. So I will start. I will start the presentation by sharing my screen. I hope it will work. Does it work? You see the presentation?
Not yet.
Oops. Okay, now it should be
Yes,
fine.
we see. Could you make it in full screen, please?
Yes.
That's great.
Is it okay now?
Yes, yes, it's great.
Okay. So okay, so I will start. It was already said that the project is funded by the European Commission, and yes, here is the overview of the presentation. So we have like four blocks of the presentation. I will not go into details of everything because you can read it. Also, there is quite a lot of information that in any case you would not retain if I explain everything in details. So first I will say some few words about the Horizon Europe and Euratom program. So this is the program that the European Union has actually to tackle the global challenges, especially the climate change, and to the program should help to achieve the sustainable development goals, and should also help with European competitiveness and growth, and create jobs and other things. So this is really the biggest European research and training program, which is called Horizon Europe, and actually Euratom is a complementary program to it, and that is because we have different treaties. You might maybe know from the history that there has been 3 founding treaties, and Euratom was one of the very first ones. There was another one on coal and steel which already expired, but Euratom and the treaty which actually evolved to what is now European Union, they are the 2 ones on which the European Union is now functioning. And actually, and as Euratom and what is the civil use of nuclear energy is falling in the scope of this Euratom treaty. We have a bit separate environment. But for you, normally it's mainly a legal actually problem. For the community, it does not change anything, because in Euratom we use the very same instruments and environments like the like Horizon Europe. So we have the same schemes, we have the same participant portal. You apply in the very same way. So actually for you, it's not even that much visible. That is just, I will also explain later that our program is only for 5 years, while the Horizon Europe is for 7 years, and that is just the reason of this, is that the treaty is different, and our Euratom treaty does not allow to have a longer program than five years. So this big Horizon Europe program, it covers everything. It covers all the research areas, and the Euratom program covers only the nuclear part. And we have 3 pillars. We have fission, fusion, and we have also the direct actions done by Joint Research Center. Maybe you also know, but for those who don't know, Joint Research Center is actually part of the European Commission. It's one of the DGs, and it has several research institutes that are based in different member states, and they actually do research. They are like your institutes, but they belong to the community, to the Euratom community, and to the European Commission. So here the slide we put here because that is also quite strong element of the whole program of the Horizon Europe, and also of Euratom, and this is the international cooperation, and well, to have a deeper structured cooperation with third countries. There is the instrument that we use, and this is the association to the program, and to Horizon Europe is association to Horizon Europe, and there is another one which is association to Euratom. Actually, to Horizon Europe, you have many countries that are associated to that part of the program, and to Euratom, it is only your country actually who is associated for the time being. In the past, we used to have also Switzerland and Norway, and also UK was considering to be, well, before UK was member state, but then when they left the EU, they were also considering to associate it to Euratom program, but it's not yet done. So for the time being, it is only Ukraine. And this means actually for the countries who are associated, everything, the rules are the same like for the member states in the program, and the use of the program in applying, in getting funding. So that is why it is, I mean, for you, it is very important that your country is associated, because you and also other institutes from Ukraine can fully participate in Euratom program. I believe also that you are associated to Horizon Europe, but for us, we are in the Euratom program, and so this is the information that is important for you to know. So also, if you are like NCP, National Contact Point for you, if people ask you, how can we participate, you say you can participate fully because our country is associated to Euratom program. Also, we put that slide because it's horizontal to the whole program, Horizon Europe, and also Euratom. That the science, the research that is done via the program shall really be as open as possible. And so the results of the research that are done shall be made accessible to everybody. There is also, of course, a part that is related to the protection of intellectual property rights and commercial interests. But this is well, all is contractual, and the basic principle is actually to have everything open and to have everything published as soon as possible. In our project, you are not doing research. You will not be generating research data, I believe. So for you, it is not fully applicable for the results. But I think also for the National Contact Point, it is the important information that you should give to your community, that they shall actually comply with the rules and publish the research outcomes. And there is actually an initiative which is called European Open Science Code. I'm not an expert on it, so I went yesterday to see what is it is like a big project that is on its way, and it builds actually it builds the environment for sharing data. But what is working is Open Research Europe, and it is a publishing platform on which actually you can already find publications that it is not a repository, but it is a platform, and via this platform the researchers can publish the articles. It is also a peer-reviewed process. So I think in your projects you will not need it in this particular project, but in your other research projects that you will be joining or you are already participating for the National Contact Point, it is important to know. So here is another slide about the Open Research Europe resources. So you can go to the links and to check the tool, how it works. I checked, there was like more than 700 articles published when I was checking yesterday. So it is quite new, and it is it is the tool that we are providing to the researchers besides what exists already, of course, in the scientific community, like very well known scientific journals and media. So this is another additional one which is free, which is offered by the European Commission or by the Union for researchers to also publish their results. Now, now we, as I explained already, we are in Euratom Research and Training Program. So the program is running now for 5 years, since 2021. As I already said, we use the same instruments and rules for participation. Our budget was 1.3, well, almost 4 billion euro. Euro. And this was for the 5 years of the program, and we are planning an extension actually by 2 years to get in line with the multi-annual financial framework and with Horizon Europe program. What we see in red is the part actually of funding that is going to our work program. So it is the part from which also your project is funded. These are the indirect actions in nuclear fission, safety and radiation protection, and there are quite higher budgets, as you see, that are used for fusion and also for that are used to do research by JRC. So the research that is done by the Commission Scientific Institute. So what is the objective? The main objective of the program is actually it is about the safety. Our main objective is to increase the nuclear safety and security, and also to contribute to the development of safe nuclear technologies, and also to radiation protection. There have been some novelties from the past program, that, well, the simplification maybe it's not so important for you, but maybe I should just stress here that in this program we also we try to broaden also to non-power applications of radiation. So what is in medical, but also in industrial, and for instance in space research. So not only about the nuclear power plants, but also other uses of radiation. We also have new categories of prizes. We have already before was the so-called soft prize, which is in fusion, and in fission we introduced the also nuclear innovation prize, and it has 3 categories: for safety, for waste, and also for radiation protection. So you should check. We have all this in our website, and yes, and we also maybe you have heard about Marie Sklodowska-Curie program. This is also a very big part of Horizon Europe actually, and this part of the program, this scheme, is also open to nuclear researchers, so they can fully apply as everybody else for doing fellowships actually in their research if they have something in nuclear fission part. So as I said, we are planning the 2 years extension because we are coming to, well, next year will be end of the current program. So we have started preparing the extension by 2 years. This is obligatory. This is kind of exercise that we unfortunately have to do because of this limitation from the treaty. And so from this for this 2 years extension, we will have 1 work program for 2026-27. So now we had actually the work program from which your project is funded, and this was for 23-25. We had 2 amendments. So with only 3 topics that we included in these amendments. So I don't think we will have a new one, and so the next one will be the one in 26-27. And it shall be actually published in 2026. So these are quite long periods. Before we used to have the work program every year, but now we do by 2 years, and even this one, the last one, was for series, which is quite long period. This is the opportunity actually to apply for funding. Is only once per 2 or 3 years. but okay, it allows also more time for preparing the proposals and to do bigger projects than we did before. So keep this in mind that in spring 2026 you will have an opportunity in the next call for applying for the project. Then yes, it was prepared by Mikola. So what he's saying, that we actually are will be devoting the big part of the budget
Katerina, we lose connection, or do you hear us? We lost connection. Okay, we wait for 2-3 minutes for a connection. Actually, the last slide is very interesting because we heard about next Euratom program for 2026-2027. It means that the calls will be opened in spring 2026, and deadline will be by autumn 2026. And we should prepare our community to the next call of Euratom program. So we have what to do up to this time. And we plan to have a Euratom Info Day. And I think that European Commission will hold a special meeting for opening this program in 2026. So, and we will cooperate to inform our community for this call. So what we see, Katerina tries to connect or not. Okay, we see you, Katerina. Can you hear us? We can hear you. Your microphone is switched off. Turn on your microphone. It's muted.
Sorry, I didn't touch anything, but
yeah.
So can I continue with Ukraine?
Okay, we just yes. We open your presentation.
But you don't see it. Maybe I lost connection or something because I did not touch anything.
Can you see the slides?
No.
Can you see slides now?
Yes.
But now I put. Actually, I think I lost connection. That was the problem. It stopped my micro and it stopped also my screen. Can you hear me and can you see it?
Yeah, we hear you and this slide that you stopped.
Yes, I think it was because I lost connection because.
Okay.
I don't
Is
know
it
why.
convenient to start with this slide?
Yeah. For me, it's fine. I think I was just saying about the prolongation, so it is quite a long time from here. Okay. Full screen. So here is the slide actually to show that we fully actually support Ukraine in your efforts to well, to face the situation, of course, which is not, well, which is very unfortunate and very sad. And well, I don't know what to say more because it's really bad. But we are all behind you, and also actually that was the reason why we introduced the specific goal, this one from which you are in the project, because we launched it just 2 years ago after the Russian aggression to help you actually to accommodate to the new situation and to restructure and to rebuild the nuclear education training part, because it is very important. You have nuclear power plants, you have the sector developed, and you need it works, and we also need need that it works. So that is why we launched this specific action, but there are also other ones which are helping Ukraine to actually to have participation and to have kind of normal life in this situation. So so this is well, there is the specific, for instance, participation in Eurofusion program, and there was the call which was actually to answer also the need of uranium, of the fuel for European reactors. So this was one of the calls that we launched separately, and so we have 2 projects running from this, and we launched this specific action, this one that I was already talking about. So we are fully with you, and we try to help with the means that we have available for the sector in your country to actually stay connected and participate in the activities that we are doing. So there are some figures that were prepared by my colleagues, so I'm not going to this, but actually you see that there have been quite a lot of participation. What we call participation is it can be the same entity but in different projects. So there are 16 legal entities who are actually involved in 36 proposals, and well, here you see how much is the total cost for the participants, and also in fusion. I'm not going into details because I'm not very familiar with this. This was prepared by colleagues and by Mikola, who is actually also the officer, the officer who is dealing with Ukraine, with your country. So not only this project, but he has the whole overview about all the activities. So if you have some question, you can always ask him. Now, what are the financial matters actually related to your project? So the project just started. It is there for 2 years. I checked. You are lucky. You have only one reporting period. I thought you had 2, but I checked, and indeed you have only 1. So you will do the reporting only until in the end of the project. The cost and contribution to the whole project is 750,000 euro. And yes, you could use financial support to third parties if you want. It is possible, and this means actually that you could, if you have some, for instance, trainings or education, you could fund students who are not part of the consortium. You can fund researchers to participate in some activities and pay them like third parties. There are some limitations to it. It's described in the contract. So if you want to use this, so to actually support some people or researchers outside the consortium, this is possible via this scheme. Well, what are the budgetary principles? I think I will not go into details. You have different budget categories. This is all well. Normally, they are all based on actual cost. What you will be declaring, and I mean, you and your financial people, you go to the details. And if you have some questions also about some categories, you can always contact us and our financial officers. so what are actually the costs that you can declare, you can attribute to the project, and what are the costs that are not allowed. If you have some questions, you can ask, but but there is a lot of information in the grant, and there is also something
Katerina? Okay, we should say thank to Katerina Ptachkova for her presentation. Actually, it was a final slides of her presentation, and we should move ahead. And I would like to give the floor next speaker, head of department, Horizon Europe office in Ukraine, Igor Taranov. Can you hear us?
Yes, thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be today with you. I try to share my screen right now. Wait for a moment, please. You can see my presentation. Is it okay?
We can hear you well, and we see the full screen of your presentation.
Thank you so much. Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate everyone from the participants of consortium member, because it's very important for Ukraine to be the part of your project, new course, which was announced by the European Commission in the framework of Euratom program. Well, as you know, in Ukraine, we also have a new department, which is the integration part of the National Research Foundation of Ukraine. It is called Horizon Europe Office in Ukraine. It was officially launched in December. It was, in fact, on December 20, 2023, but we start our operational work in October 2023. The launch event was honored by the Ilyana Ivanova, European Commissioner, and with a great participant from the political establishment level, diplomatic corps, and of course, from the Ukrainian Research, Innovation, and Science Society. What is more important, we have very good team, which was selected with a strong procedure. All our team staff cover different pillars and clusters and complementary program of Horizon Europe program. As well, you know, we cover different majors of science, for example, agriculture and science, law, mathematics, physics. Of course, we also cover economy. And we also try to involve to our team the previous staff of the NCP from Horizon 2020 program, because for us it's very important to share experience, the best practices from the previous activity of NCPs in Ukraine, and to give more very active and more very comprehensive consultation for the future participant of Horizon Europe program. Of course, we also have in our team representatives from engineering science, and we also have 2 specialists at our office for the communication, because it's very important to share our experience, to share knowledge, to disseminate all the best practice among the Ukrainian Research and Innovation Society. And the last person at our office, very important person, of course, operational support officer. So we are 13 for now, and we wait for the final person, which was selected last month, and we will be completed with our team in number of 14 persons. Well, we are also the project of the European Commission, which totally funded 100% funded from the European Commission. It means that we have funding for 36 months, and during these months, we have also achieved some milestones, deliverables, and of course, our main goals to strengthen activities of Ukrainian participants in the Horizon Europe program. What is very important for Ukraine, because we are a good country, we have great success in the previous framework program, I mean about Horizon 2020. For now, currently, we also identified our total audience in the project. For example, the main one is national contact points. It's very important because our office is nominated like coordination center for the NCPs in Ukraine. For all the participants, we also mean to prepare very, very important and very, very strong consultation, how to apply successfully. Also to our audience, belong research and innovation communities, scientific research institutions, SMEs. Our main stakeholder is the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine as well, and other governmental bodies, and of course, European Commission. So we have key tasks. Of course, you also have your main task during the project. You will achieve and reach all your goals, but for us, it's very important to provide support to the national contact points of Ukraine throughout our country, to promote activity NCPs, to give them opportunity to take part in the different type of trainings, to provide training for them as well, and also to prepare some advices for the policymakers in Ukraine in the frame of integration into the European research area. Well, and of course, we are every day, in fact, monitoring activity of Ukrainian participants in the Horizon Europe program compared with the previous Horizon 2020 program, because we tried to find new ways how to strengthen our activity. What we expect at the end of our project, first of all, we are going to show the activity of our NCPs. This will be very productive because they will prepare special consultation for Ukrainian participants focused on some clusters and pillars of the Horizon Europe program as well. For stakeholders, we are ready to prepare different type of statistics, analytical data, because they need it to prepare their decision in different spheres. For example, we are very hope, and we do hope that our proposition will be taken into account during the preparing of the political decision in the sphere of science, education, innovation, and of course, technology. Well, Horizon Europe Office developing sustainable cooperation with the different offices in European Union countries and associated countries. You will see the next slide with some information and figures how we cooperate. It will be at the end of my presentation, but we try to take the best experience from the member states countries and of course from the associated country. We are fresh, we are very fresh in the family of Horizon Europe offices in European Commission. And of course, we are going to show the new ways how to better access information of the possibility and opportunities given us in the frame of Horizon Europe program. Well, the next slide will show you some figures and details about our previous activity in Horizon 2020 program. For now, we have collected our data for the August 30 at the end of the month, and to this period, we have very interesting figures. For example, 2,840 applications were submitted by Ukrainian participants, and 235 grant agreements were signed with the total funding by 48.85 million euro. What is very important, success rate of Ukrainian participants. In the Horizon 2020 program, Ukrainian participants reach success rate as a level 9.3%, and the average success rate in the European program was 6.76%. Well, now come back to Horizon Europe program. The same date, August 30, we have 3 years to complete of Horizon Europe program. You know that it will be finished in December 2027. And for now, we have 1,101 applications were submitted by Ukrainian participants with a 180 signed agreement. And funding received by the Ukrainian participants is 48.63 million euro compared to the previous Horizon 2020 program. And we're very proud because this funding will be increased to the end of the program. Well, and success rate in the Horizon Europe program is very compared to the average success rate in Ukraine. It was 15.4 in European program, in general 15.45. The next scheme will show you the number of unique participation. You can compare different type of Ukrainian organization which participated in 2 programs in Horizon 2020 and Horizon Europe program. The best result we have with the universities and educational institutions, research institution, others, and it's in fact, to the end of the Horizon program, it will be at the end of December 2027. we do believe that the level of Ukrainian organization will be increased. So now about the funding, I talked about this in the previous few slides, and you can see that for now we have good result with universities. It's clear because we have many destroyed research infrastructure in Ukraine, and Ukrainian universities are more active in applications in the Horizon Europe program. Well, we working with main idea to show the opportunities for Ukrainian organization, and we also plan other activities. Currently, we are providing information day in Odessa. Today, we are here in Odessa. It's today's event. You can see our plans for the end of the 2024. In October will be the next training practical event for Ukrainian participants. We will announce about this event later. And finally, we'll provide roundtable with the other NCPs network in Ukraine. So, in short, we encourage everyone from Ukrainian participants who are going to apply in the Horizon Europe program to be very active and remember that our office is ready to support you in different way. For example, as you know, I told about before this, that we are for today sitting and we wait for the final person to our office. It will be in near future, and 3 pages in social media pages we also created for Ukrainian organizations, participants, for science and research community, where you can find different information about our activity. For example, you can follow our social page in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. We operate our web page, special website for Ukrainian organization. That each project has to launch and have to operate website. And of course, we use YouTube channel, our personal YouTube channel with all records of our event. What is very important, first of all, when we start our activity, no doubt that we expect to receive many requests from Ukrainian organizations, universities, researchers, SMEs, and currently the situation is following. We received many requests and we provided more than 200 written and 9 personal consultation in different type of questions for the Horizon Europe program. And especially very important for us to create database with the potential participant of Horizon Europe program. Currently, we have more than 1,500 records in this database to understand what is the main needs of Ukrainian universities, researchers, innovators, SMEs who are going to participate in Horizon Europe program. Time from time, it's periodically, we provide survey of that. For example, we twice provide survey of Horizon 2020 previous NCPs to understand which main problems they had during the activities in this program and how to implement the best practices from the activities into new activities from the Horizon Europe nominated NCPs network, for example. Well, many times we participate in different events. It's very important because during these events, we provide with the necessary information in different type of questions. For example, we received a request from the SMEs and preparing special events for the SMEs. We received special requests from the agri-food and prepare special event with the main focus to the agri-food cause of Horizon Europe program, etc., etc. Well, about cooperation with the Horizon Europe offices, I told before that we also start this cooperation. We start, first of all, with the member state countries' offices in Poland and then Estonia. And also we closely cooperate with Moldova and Georgia, like associated country Horizon Europe offices. Good synergy we can reach with best result in cooperation with the national coordinators of the coast, Erasmus Plus, for example, NURECAB, and of course, EITRIS Hub, which was established at the same period like our office. And of course, our staff participated in different types of training events organized by the European Commission. Well, now few statistics about our activities during the 2023 and 2024. You can compare. We start our activity in October 17, 2023, with officially launched in December 2023. And during this period, we organized 25 events. It was also partnerships event. In 2024, till today, we have already organized 135 events with our partners. For example, 5 of these events were organized by our office. It's very important. You can compare that more than 5 times increased number of the training and informational event for Ukrainian participants. And about types of requests we received every day practically. Well, you can see that during the short period in 2023, we received several questions, and the main of them were about general question of the program and some financial issues. In 2024, we have another request. The number is increased many times. For example, the main questions were about the call, specific call, and the possibilities of participation in these different types of call. Of course, general questions. It means that interest to the Horizon Europe program in Ukraine is very, very increased. Finally, I'd like to invite everyone to join us with our social media pages, for example, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Sometimes you can use our YouTube channel to look through all previous records of our events. And of course, our webpage. Pay special attention to the QR code in the left down corner, because follow this code, you can find all the necessary information about open and forthcoming call of Horizon Europe program. Well, I wish you all the best. I do understand that it's not very easy to be in the project, that it's not very easy to reach the main goals, but it rests. You have to remember that anytime if you will need some specific consultation, some support, different time we can do for you, you can just send to us a request or visit our office. Normally we're working in Kyiv, in Boris Hrinchenko Street, in the National Research Foundation of Ukraine. Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Igor. I would like to thank you and the whole team of Horizon Europe office in Ukraine. We do the same work and we feel synergy of our work. And I'm glad to see a lot of events that you provide. It's very crucial for integration of our research community to European community. So, and we move ahead, and I would like to give a floor the representative of Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine, Andriy Ostapenko, representative of International Scientific Cooperation Department of the Science Development Directorate. Please, the floor is yours.
Доброго дня всім. Почаю трошки за затримкою, яка відбулася сьогодні. На жаль, жахливий ранок, довга тривога, проблеми з транспортом. Але ми тут і продовжимо нашу роботу. Я хочу представитися, я Андрій Остапенко, начальник відділу міжнародного наукового співробітництва Директорату розвитку науки Міністерства освіти і науки. І сьогодні я тут за дорученням нашого генерального директора Григорія Мазалевича, на жаль, він не зміг взяти участь, тому що у нього інший захід. Він з заступником міністра є на Раді ректорів. Тому дозвольте мені коротко розказати про стан ситуації, яка у нас відбувається взагалі на даний час, що у нас відбувається з наукою і які перспективи. Основне в цьому моїй доповіді буде відмічене те, що який стан науки і досліджень відбувається в Україні під час війни. Загальні дані наразі в Україні десь наукова наша масштаби представлені близько ніж 318 університетів і 284 інститути, науково-дослідні інститути, академії наук та інших галузевих академій наук. Коли ми говоримо про розподіл бюджету, то на цьому слайді ви можете побачити, як розподіляється бюджет по фінансуванню науки. В 2023 році розподілення було таке, що 48% бюджету для наукових досліджень було надано Академії наук, потім Міністерство освіти і науки, 5 галузевих академій наук мали близько 23,4%, і Національний фонд досліджень 4,2%. Це основні, як би кажуть, стейкхолдери фінансові, які фінансують науку в Україні. Те, що ми зараз, починаючи з 2022 року, якраз стикнулися, так, я вибачаюсь, це щось, воно пішло. Ага, перескочив. Починаючи з 2022 року, Україна стикнулася з жахливими реаліями війни. На даний час ми маємо великі втрати як в людському потенціалі, так і в потенціалі взагалі науковому, в інфраструктурі. Тобто, якщо так приблизно орієнтуватись, хоча, на жаль, ця цифра кожен день збільшується, то наразі постраждали 177, я вже кажу, може більше 170 інститутів, які зазнали руйнування 1443 було приміщень зруйновано. І взагалом, коли підрахувати усю вартість, яка потрібна для відновлення інфраструктури наукової в Україні, на даний час це десь більше, ніж 1 мільярд 214 мільйонів американських доларів. Але ми знаємо, що, на жаль, ця цифра збільшується, і з кожен день ще зазнають багато руйнувань наша інфраструктура. Це коли ми говоримо про інфраструктуру. На цих слайдах вони вам відомі. Ви бачите розрушення, які відбулися в інфраструктурі нашої науково-дослідній. І, до речі, останній знімок, якщо ви бачите, це як був розрушений корпус Міністерства освіти і науки, який знаходиться на бульварі Шевченка, 16. Він постраждав повністю. Дякуючи, значить, зусиллям його вже майже відродили, я б сказав, більшість вже, не більшість, але частина вже приміщень відбувся ремонт, і ми функціонуємо в нормальному режимі, але ще потребується, багатьох приміщень потребується ремонт. Коли ми говоримо про науковий потенціал людський, то зараз така ситуація, що близько 12% українських вчених зараз являються переміщеними особами. Вони виїхали чи за кордон, чи виїхали в інші міста для безпекові, щоб могли продовжувати свою роботу. Десь 30% українських вчених працюють онлайн. В минулому році була прийнята стратегія розвитку освіти і науки, із них як мінімум 4 стратегічних напрями були виділені науки. На цьому слайді ви бачите 4 напрями, вони так і виділені: 6.1, 6.3, 6.2 і 6.4. Це основні напрямки, які стосуються подальшому розвитку науки. Я на них не буду довго зупинятись. Можете це в презентації подивитися. В дальшому ми розробляємо інноваційну стратегію. От зовсім недавно був розроблений проєкту закону, що про схвалення стратегії по розвитку інноваційної активності в Україні на період до 2030 року. І ця стратегія розроблялась спільно з Міністерством цифрової трансформації, і надіємося, що буде цей акт прийнятий до кінця цього року. Коли ми говоримо про стратегію розвитку, цифрового розвитку інновацій і активності до 2030 року, то ви можете на цьому слайді побачити основні пріоритети інновацій, які відносяться в інноваціях, ну і сам шлях, як це краще проводити. Іншим напрямком, яким зараз займається міністерство, це все-таки підтримка молодих вчених. Молодих вчених, як ви бачите, є у нас декілька стипендій і премій, якими відзначаються молоді вчені. Це дуже важливо на даний час. Хочу сказати, що, як мінімум, наприклад, в проєктах білатеральних співробітництва міжнародного наукового у нас зараз один із пріоритетів теж поставлення участь в проєктах молодих вчених. Тепер зупинюсь трошки більше на білатеральному співробітництві України. Це я б не сказав міністерство, фактично міністерство забезпечує це співробітництво, але в ньому беруть не тільки вищі навчальні заклади міністерства, але й всі наукові заклади в Україні. І мова йде про білатеральне співробітництво, спільні білатеральні проекти, які оголошуються міністерством, які з нашими партнерами повністю погоджуються, відкриваються конкурси, і фактично це дає можливість відібрати спільні проекти, в яких можна брати участь. Вони в першу чергу направлені на те, щоб можна було покращити спільне співробітництво між країнами. Хоча я чесно скажу, що сума фінансування міністерство не дає дуже великому, але це один із таких перших кроків, особливо для молодих вчених, взяти участь, налагодити зв'язки, налагодити контакти, провести якісь перші дослідження. І це потім в майбутньому може дати можливість участі в більш таких великих проєктах, включаючи і горизонтовські проєкти і так далі. Якщо ми говоримо про білатеральні проекти, то загалом десь міністерство фінансує близько 100-120 проєктів на рік. Навіть незважаючи на те, що ми знаходимося в умовах війни, ми намагаємося і розвивати співробітництво наше, і яким-то чином утримати, хоча ви розумієте, що зараз співробітництво з деякими країнами поставлено на паузу, на жаль, тому що незрозуміла політична ситуація в цих країн. Але, як правило, у нас завжди хороше співробітництво білатеральне з європейськими країнами. У нас недавно відродилось співробітництво з Турцією, хоча вона якийсь період була активним і потім було призупинено. Якщо ви подивитесь по кількості проєктів, які впроваджуються зараз в Україні, то найбільшими лідерами є це Литва, Німеччина. В цьому році ми фінансуємо 15 проєктів. І Польща. Традиційно Польща у нас там, де у нас найбільші, такі, я б сказав, контакти, які відбуваються наукові і мають хороші контакти між університетами, між науково-дослідними інститутами. В цьому графіку немає Китаю, тому що на даний час зупинена невизначена позиція китайської сторони, але це теж був один з таких найбільш активного співробітництва до початку війни. Я тут буквально два слова скажу про основних і напрямків, які теж міністерство впроваджує. Це питання участі України в програмі «Горизонт» було 2020, зараз «Горизонт Європа». Я довго не буду зупинятися, тому що ви тільки що прослухали доповідь Ігоря Таранова. От і він більш детально розповів те, що стосується якраз питанням участі в цій програмі. Але основні такі дати, коли він був підписано, це загальні цифри теж вказані, скільки у нас беруть участь, скільки підписано 174 грант. У нас десь беруть участь 241 учасник. От. І тут фактично всі українські, ну, якщо ми дивимося географічно, то беруть участь майже всі регіони України. На що можна було зупинитися? Одне із останніх досягнень міністерства, що було розроблено, були зроблені відповідні накази, розроблені нові підходи, і була створена національна мережа національних контактних пунктів. Зараз це 22 визначених національні контакти пункти, які проводять. Ви бачите тут географічно, як територіально розміщуються. У нас фактично по всій території України вони представлені. Великі різні інститути, які беруть участь, як національні контакти пункти. От, і, в принципі, ця система вже у нас пройшла якесь випробування в минулому програмі, коли «Горизонт 2020» було, і зараз налагоджується знову систему. Зараз в зв'язку з створенням офісу «Горизонт Євро», я сподіваюся, що ця система буде більш продуктивна, далі буде розвиватись. Так, ще пару слів буквально про ту підтримку Європейського Союзу, який надає Україні в напрямку нашої інтеграції в європейський науковий досвід, участі різних програм. Тут ви можете побачити перелік таких програм, яких бере Україна. Ну, фактично все. Дякую за увагу. Якщо є питання, будь ласка.
Do you have any question? Okay, thank you so much. And we have a break, 15 minutes. It means that we don't disconnect it, we stay connected and continue our meeting at 11:20. So it means that European time 10:20. So see you into 13 minutes. Dear colleagues, sorry. Let's continue our meeting, and I would like to invite next speaker, the representative of Joint Research Center, European Commission, Jean Gully, project officer at European Commission. Jean, can you hear us?
Sure. Morning, everyone. Actually, I'm going to present you some activity, a training activity based on the GRC. Katerina mentioned already what was the GRC. I would say GRC is much more than, as she said, part of the Commission. We actually one of the second biggest DG of the Commission. With a 3,000 staff member. And as she mentioned, we are the technical part of the Commission with a research institute, and in particular in nuclear, where we actually have 3 of our 5 sites which are dedicated to nuclear activities. And I myself located in Germany, Karlsruhe, which is a site which is 100% nuclear. Just to put back into context, and the Euratom, as Katerina mentioned, program has actually aim and objectives to further develop expertise and competencies in the community. And part of the GRC is actually coming back from history, since we were created together with the Euratom like about 60 years ago to actually support our safeguards activities, both in terms of research support, but as well in terms of training activities to support our inspectors. And that's actually how we started. With the time, we, of course, the GRC expanded not only to be only nuclear, but on all type of research which are supporting our policy makers. But of course, we developed competencies not only on the safeguards, but on the whole scope of the nuclear fuel cycle as well. And that's something I will actually slightly present. We have many trainings that I will show you in a bit more details, mostly as mentioned safeguards, which are dedicated to inspectors of Euratom, but inspectors of the IAEA, but we have as well decommissioning and safety part, and we have a big part which is actually in security, where we actually have a lot of interaction with Ukraine in the past, but as well presently still now, and hopefully we will continue in the future actually is planned. So we, and I will discuss that in a moment, we have the so-called EU Academy, which is an online platform for online trainings offering multiple type of different field applications in nuclear. The GRC is as well hosting the AeroN or the Aeron network, which is actually a kind of survey of the needs in the nuclear activities for the futures. Then we have quite a lot of traineeships and visiting scientists. I will speak shortly about the open access infrastructures that we have. And just to close the loops, of course, we're not working only as a commission, but we always work with all international partners, such as the IAEA, some of, let's say, the GOE, or a lot of different other partners. Let's go back to the GRC's purely activities. Here are some figures which actually stopped in 2022, sorry, but basically over the next 2 years or the last 2 years is about the same. As you can see that we have 3 major part of activities which are in the safety, in the nuclear security, and the safeguards. In addition to that, we have a small part on the export controls, so strategic threat controls, and a part on the decommissioning. We, in a nutshell, we give between 20 and 40 plus trainings during the year. During the pandemic, we of course had like a big gap there, but we use that to actually reinforce our online activities and e-learning type of different methods, which could be like e-learning material, but we have developed a lot of interactive e-courses, which basically in particular for the technical applications, giving access to some of the equipment via the network and having live streaming in order that people who cannot or couldn't at the time go to the labs or to the training areas that we have, they could still have the feel that they were on the field. And that was mostly true for the security part, where we had normally a lot of in-field trainings, and we were still trying to give them some kind of approaches that scenario-based, they could still remotely be in a live action, what we could happen. Oops, sorry. Here's just the distribution over the years, and you can see that, more, as I was saying earlier, safety and security remain one of the major parts, and in particular nowadays. The GRC offers a so-called training catalog where we actually put together all trainings that we can offer, going from the decommissioning up to nuclear security. These are available, yeah, widely available, I would say, and we are on the process to update it with the 2024, let's say, updated versions. One of our flagship is so-called the European Nuclear Security Training Center. This one is actually based or focus on nuclear security, but security in its large, because we actually merge the safeguards trainings there. The Nuclear Security Training Center has been like open a bit more than 10 years ago with the support of DG Home, which was originally aimed to support our member states, but it has been widely open to all collaborative and countries and partners. And at the time being, we had over 90 different countries which had been trained at the EU sector, Ukraine being part of it, because we had a few times the border police. We had a few scientists, in particular, the one from KNR and from Kharkiv for the forensics part. And recently, in collaboration with our Interpol and our US partners, the EU sector trainers are providing specific training to the let's say, special police forces for, let's say, special activities during the war. Just to give you an overview, what the EU sector activities are, it has all the scope of the nuclear security, from the detection to the expert support and up to the nuclear forensics. We do offer a lot of in-field trainings, and in particular, one of the, let's say, main focus is that we have access to a lot of nuclear material that we use during the trainings, which includes weapon grade nuclear material and so on. And of course, as I mentioned, we providing trainings to safeguards. As I was showing you, telling you, we actually had almost 90 different countries, and that's we're covering most of the world with these specific trainings. And we have as well an average of 15 to 20 trainings based on nuclear security per year. The other part that we provide, as I mentioned, is safeguards, because that's actually was the core and the reason of existence of the GRC 60 years ago. Here I just listed a lot of the different trainings, which are of course dedicated to safeguards, but which could be applied to national safeguards or regulatory authority inspectors and so on and so forth, which are basically about nuclear, not accountancy, but measurements and all, let's say, surveillance-related safeguardings. Safety, we go to another part of the 3As. So we provide radiation protections, safety assessment. Transuranus is a code that we've been developed in the house, which is much more about, let's say, productions of actinides and fission products in nuclear cores. And as well, some others, let's say, safety-related part. We have been working pretty intensively recently with Ukraine, in particular for the safety assessment related to impact of the war on the nuclear facilities. And we actually in close collaborations and relationships with you, in particular for monitoring what is happening. And of course, you know that Ukraine is embracing the possibility to be part of the Ecurie network that the GRC is actually maintaining, despite it's actually, let's say, managed by DGNR. What else do we offer? We offer scientific visitors, grant holders, which can be PhDs or postdocs, and in-service training. At the present time in Karlsruhe, we actually have 2 trainees, which have been like for over a year, actually. So it's a long time internships where they are working in nuclear forensics in our labs. And we had several examples in the past of let's say relationships and collaborations that we had with Ukraine. Open access. This is actually as I was mentioning, the GRC is the scientific part, which means we have laboratories and we have 4 sites which are a part of nuclear, and that has some, let's say, mass spectroscopy or other NDA and destructive NDA labs. But we have accelerators, we have hot cells, and so on and so forth. And there is a scheme to access these infrastructures based on, let's say, open call and grants to access our laboratories. 11 of the laboratories are actually nuclear, and 6 of them are non-nuclear. And you can see on the small pictures the different type of, let's say, fields that we're covering there. I mentioned that we have the EU Academy, which is actually our online e-learning platform, which covers most of the scope that I've been talking about from different parts of the GRC and the Commission as well. And we have a repository of all publications that we provide as a research institute, but as well reports based on collaborations and so on and so forth. I didn't mention, but I think Katarina will mention it in the NN part. The GRC is actively supporting the master program in safeguards. And another part which is of interest for you, together with the DOE and through the STCU, let's say, some projects, we've been supporting the summer school for nuclear forensics, which happened once in Kyiv. And unfortunately, due to the present situation, the latest edition had to be moved, and he was in Azerbaijan last time. But we hope with our heart that we will be able to go back to Ukraine as soon as the terrible war is ended. Altogether, I've been trying to, in this like 10 minutes quick presentation, to show you what the GRC is providing in terms of trainings and educations activities. And as Katarina mentioned, we are definitely part of the Euratom and Horizon, or we're supporting the Euratom and the Horizon programs. And that means we provide the support as well in as experts in most of the activities which are related as technical support advisors, or even as experts during some of the projects. I think that actually covers everything I wanted to say, and I'm happy to answer any questions if there were any. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jean. Please, do you have any question to Jean from online audience or here in conference hall? Okay, I actually have one question to Jean.
Jean, please.
Could you recommend some 2-3 options for better integration of Ukrainian community to GRC related initiatives? What we should monitor first of all?
Well, hard to say. I say we've been quite involved in the nuclear security and safety from different other projects. And we actually are, for instance, for the nuclear forensics, we were supporting the development of new nuclear forensics, let's say, enthusiasm in the countries in order to build in Ukraine and mostly in the Guam region. And we've been in contact with Kharkiv University and so on and so forth. So there is like a lot of things which can be done, in particular with the exchange of students. And earlier, Katerina was mentioning that there is the need of building up this new or young generation, let's say, enthusiasm and expertise. So it's where the GRC could help and support in different, let's say, framework, either through the Euratom training and education, or through a specific a project that can be financed by different part of the commission. And I'm thinking mostly about INPA and FPI, which are actually dedicated on security and safety.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jean, for a huge bulk of information. Thanks a lot. And we should go ahead. And I would like to remind that at 12 o'clock, we should switch from the electrical generator to the net electricity, so we can have a small time of disconnection. Nevertheless, I'm pleased to invite next speaker, Jadwiga Neider, the Science and Outreach Manager of the European Nuclear Society. Jadwiga, can you hear us?
Yes, yes, and I hope that you can hear me as well.
Yeah, welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation. It is really a pleasure for us at ENS to be able to participate in this meeting and to tell you a little bit about our community of which you heard already earlier before to some extent when Daniela Lavrenov was presenting Ukrainian Nuclear Society, as we are a community that is spanning all over the Europe, but is composed of nuclear societies and communities of professionals in different countries at the same framework idea as the Ukrainian Nuclear Society. So here are the countries that our network is covering. 22 countries, more than 12,000 people in total. And the members in each country are nuclear professionals from all the sector. So there is energy sector, there is science, medicine, and different nuclear technologies like space exploration, for example. Apart from nuclear societies, so those communities in each of the countries, we also include in our network corporate members, companies, different agencies, and other organizations like research centers, for example. In total, 28 members like this also participate in the works of European Nuclear Society, as well as international organizations and initiatives, NGOs. Here, for example, IAEA, NN, of course, Women in Nuclear, and different collaboration and network organizations like Nuclear for Climate, also the collaboration for small modular reactors in scope of EU European Commission initiative. So different partners are collaborating and creating those activities of European Nuclear Society. And I would like to tell you a little bit about the activities of ENS and where Ukrainian colleagues, members of this community, or just people who are interested in professional development and collaboration with different other communities, professionals in Europe, could get active. ENS's biggest activity is, apart from maintaining the network, which is a very big focus of ours, but also scientific conferences. Every year we gather communities from different disciplines to exchange and show the progress of different disciplines. Our flagship conferences are related to research reactors. The conference is called RRFM, and this is an annual conference. There is Top Fuel, focused on, of course, nuclear fuel and all topics related to it, to fuel development, to different mechanical, physical activities in terms of fuel development. And this conference is happening every 3 years. And actually this year is the year where Top Fuel is happening. And also other conferences like safety related, communication related for communication professionals, education and training conferences. We also organize different events related to current topics. Those are mostly 1 day or half a day events, and they are either in person in Brussels or somewhere else, but we always also focus on access online for all the nuclear professionals from the community and beyond to have access to this knowledge and to the news from the nuclear sector. There are several bodies that are working in their topics in ENS. One of them is High Scientific Council, which is a group of most reputed scientists in countries where ENS is active. And this group is meeting every 2 years, every 2 times a year, to organize activities like PhD Award, which finds the most the best recent PhD work every year, as well as writing position papers. And those papers are available on our website, and some of the latest papers are focused on future EU strategy, as well as, for example, on the needs of the scientific community in light of changing nuclear landscape. But also we provide, for example, scientific briefings, position papers that explain different concepts that may be difficult for general public or for non-experts in simple language. So those papers are always an interesting read, no matter the discipline of the reader. Other working groups from ENS also include a communication working group, where people that are already active communicators in our community, not necessarily professionals, meet together to exchange their experiences and work on the current communication topics. As well as there is a working group focused on SMR technologies, where we coordinate our activities related to collaboration with European Union in this respect. One other section is ENS Young Generation, and this will be developed quite elaborately by next speaker, the chair of ENS Young Generation. So here I will not focus much on that. I will directly go to the next group that is one of the more also inspiring movements for young people on a global scale, which is Nuclear for Climate. This is a group run by the youth and focused on putting nuclear energy on the table among all the carbon-free solutions in the climate topics, in the climate politics, in the environment of United Nations. So this group, which is very strongly supported by ENS, is traveling to COP conferences every year, and with this big smiley group of nuclear delegates, runs different events and organizes meetings with decision makers, and also leads very active social media channels and that explain different concepts related to climate and to nuclear energy. So it is always interesting to be up to date with what they are doing, because there is also a lot of educational material related to climate, which at ENS we really think that this is one of the key topics that right now helps people to choose their career among others in nuclear sector. It brings purpose, it brings a very strong motivation to work for low carbon energy source. So we focus on this as well a lot to support the attraction and retention of the workforce among young professionals in the sector. And ENS, as each nuclear society in every country, has this specific mandate of being a neutral party that is based on science, that is composed of nuclear professionals who represent the knowledge of and science. So we are particularly solicited by the media, asked for comments, for explainers of different current and general topics. For this reason, we lead pretty active media activity as well. And for our members and followers, we also have a newsletter that presents the life of different societies and current events and activities to await. As well as we run a glossary and nuclear basics section on our website. That is, especially the glossary is quite well visible when searching for information in European countries related to nuclear energy. So we take it very seriously and we keep it up to date so that it can bring trustful information to people who search for something related to nuclear. And among the activities that we are planning for the coming months, we still have 2 conferences that are coming in the next months. In 2025, let's say next cycle of conferences begins. So I encourage professionals and also educators who are interested in sharing information with their students to either take a look on our social media or on the website where news about those conferences are always presented. And we also participate in events where a community like ENS can either contribute or bring new opportunities to nuclear professionals. So our calendars are always pretty busy and filled with different presentations, so that people know about the different opportunities that our community brings. And we are, of course, a group of professionals of 12,000 colleagues that are working on volunteering basis for their societies, but there is a secretariat, so I am part of secretariat as science and outreach manager, as well as president that is changing every 2 years, and of which right now is Mr. Stefano Monti. Thank you very much, and in case we can share slides after this presentation, I included different links in the slides so that you can see, verify different informations if those opportunities were interesting for you.
Thank you very much, Jadwiga.
Thank you.
I see our cooperation with the European Nuclear Society. It's a pleasure to see it, and I believe that we accelerate our cooperation within the NURECAB project. Actually, do you have a question online or in the conference hall to Jadwiga? Okay, I think that we move ahead to the colleague of Jadwiga. Thank you very much again. And next presentation from European Nuclear Society, Young Generation Network. Andrea Kozlowski, welcome. The floor is yours. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me too?
Yeah. See,
perfect.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to be able to speak to you. And I hope the noise in the background is not too disturbing because we're having our next core committee meeting tomorrow, so I'm currently traveling. As said, it is an honor, and I'm going to share with you now my slides, hopefully working fully. Let's see. Can you confirm seeing the presentation?
Yeah, full screen, excellent.
Perfect, thank you very much. So about the European Nuclear Society Young Generation Network, it's a very long word, so we decided to shorten it up a little bit to have it as ENSYGN. And I'm just gonna kind of tell you a little bit about the organization itself. So you know from Danila already that you have the Ukrainian National Society. When you look a step up, we have the continental one, which is us in this case, because we're covering all European nuclear societies if they have a young generation. And above us, there's the international organization, which is called IYNC. Basically, we're an umbrella organization covering currently, I think, 23, 24 countries in Europe who have young generation networks within their countries. We were founded in 1995 in Sweden in a movement initiated by Jan Runemark, and we have currently more than 4,000 members. So from the named 12,000 from Jadwiga in ENS, 4,000 are youngs. So it's a third. So it's a lot of people to be able to connect with and to engage with. And basically, we're covering students and early career professionals up to the year of 35, but this might differ from country to country. In regards of our members, here you can see the full European map. Yellow are all the active current active YGNs. Then we have some observer countries, which are countries which either do not have a mother society, or the mother society is not part of ENS. We also have some YGNs which are currently inactive, or this country currently does not have a YGN, which doesn't mean that they might not get into collaboration with us at a later point. We also have some observers, which are mainly the UN and YG, WANO, IYNC, WNA, and WIN. So we're collaborating with them too for different occasions and events. About our mission, vision, and goals. So our mission is to coordinate activities and opportunities which are happening within Europe, within our societies, and to enable people from other countries to also participate them. Then to share education and training purposes, to connect science and technology, especially with students soon going to be finishing and starting new work, and also early career professionals, and to also cooperate with various organizations throughout the world. Our vision is basically to increase our mission, to activate our members, because we want young people to be able to take the opportunities we're having and providing. So they're getting something out of it. And we would also see our local YGNs in Europe kind of established, so they have their own programs, they have their own ideas, and they're known within the community. This also kind of or overlaps with our goals. So currently our goal is to have more exchange between the members, because within the last years we grew immensely. So there's a lot of new opportunities, new collaborations. We also want to make ENS YGN more visible for the locals, so they're able to see the opportunities and also take into account of possible grants, etc. we're offering. And in general, to increase the opportunities for 30-year and younger, especially facing young professionals, because there are a lot of opportunities for young students. Then there's professional opportunities, but there are not that many opportunities once you just finish studying, where you're kind of lost a little bit, and we would like to provide you a community there. So basically, to summarize this, we want to give the youth in Europe a voice. We want to provide networking opportunities, also provide opportunities for young professionals and students in general. Then speaking about our activities, we have different activities, so I'm just going to pinpoint to some. So you can see on this picture here, this is a picture from our first core committee meeting, which we're holding 3 times per year, where basically delegates from every YGN are coming. So we're sharing our past events, our future events. We're using this time to brainstorm about new possibilities. And then we have once a year a so-called Nuclear for Climate Europe. It's an innovation contest, which was held this year in Bulgaria, where we have national contests and the finalists going to the European contest, and the finalists of the European contest go to the global contest. Then we have down we have the opportunity, or we're having a podcast called An Audience With, where we interview professionals or even young professionals of our community, trying to show the differences in the nuclear sector, what kind of jobs you have, the variety of jobs people doing in the nuclear sector. In the middle, you can see we're also sending people to big exhibitions. This is the World Nuclear Exhibition, or for example, we also have currently a colleague at the World Nuclear Association Symposium presenting ENSYGN, either talking to the youth, presenting again job opportunities, or just connecting itself. As part of the CCM, we are also having the opportunity to do technical tours, see nuclear facilities in other countries. Currently, we have a cross-sectional collaboration, that's the right top, with the Medical Association, with Fusion, and with Radiation Protection, where we have different events together. We had a social media contest early on this year. We're having some workshops this year together in different occasions, where we're trying to either demystify words like nuclear and radiation, or encourage people to go into the nuclear industry in general. And then at the bottom, you see every 2 years we're holding an ENYGF and European Nuclear Young Generation Forum. The last edition was in 2023, and if you can calculate +2 makes 2025, so we are awaiting our next edition next year. It will be in Zagreb, and it's a 5-day conference for students and young professionals to present their work, to get connections, to network, to increase their knowledge, and so on. Everything what's included in a conference. About our events upcoming in this year, September, as a lot of you might know, is pretty full. So as mentioned already, symposium, core committee meeting, we're having a workshop at the Medical Professionals Conference. We are sending some reporters to Top Fuel, and we will participate in IYNC. About the reporter, I will tell something in a few minutes. In October, we will have the PIMA conference. In 2025, we will have the next core committee meeting in March. We will participate FISA Europe based in May, also have the next core committee meeting, and in June, our main event is ENYGF. Also, we have birthday next year, so be aware that we might come up with some events short term, which aren't planned yet, too full to be able to present. About our opportunities, namely grants. We're having, as said, YGN reporters. These are students or young professionals which are getting waived registration fees for ENS conferences. So they go there and report from the conference, either what session they went to, or they perform interviews with people which then get published, or kind of a lot of social media content to get the conference covered. We are sending to Top Fuel 1 person. We had the opportunity to send 2. And for PIMA, we also still have the opportunity to send 1 person. And then we have conference grants. So this year and every even year, we're providing a grant for the IYNC, which is the International Youth Nuclear Congress. We're supporting them financially, up to 5 people. And this year we were able to provide only 3 grants because the amount of people applying was either too low or not fulfilling the minimum requirements. And for the ENYGF, we're also providing financial support for people to go to the conference. And the next one will be for ENYGF 2025. So keep posted. We usually open the calls for application several months in advance. So beginning of the year might be the point where we open up the grants for next year. Then, as Jadwiga already covered, we're also part of the Nuclear for Climate initiative. as she covered. It's very lovely. I'm just going to skip that part. About the current involvement of the Ukraine YGN. They were part of Innovation for Nuclear Europe at the final. We were really glad that we had the person coming even in person to Bulgaria. Then we have also the Danilo usually participating the CCMs as much as possible. We know about electricity issues and what's going on. So we're always very happy whenever he can represent, and we also share throughout our ENS-YGN members the Ukrainian NS information sheet. So whenever we receive something, we will send it throughout the societies to please share them also with their members. For future, basically how we can work together is like, we know of the current situation, but we're always happy to be able to enable grants for conferences and symposia to support local YGNs, and we're doing this as much as possible. Our main goal is to increase our visibility. So if there's something you have in mind where we could just come and show ourselves and present ourselves, for example, this is like one of the best opportunities for us, because the more people know about ENS-YGN, the more it gets into hand, the more popularity it will get. And also this will then be more opportunities for young people. Disseminate our opportunities. If you see something, sometimes we have the opportunity to have job markets, like the next one will be in Italy with NN. And if you have other ideas, it's always great to get in touch. Also, if you have further questions, always get in touch. We're usually answering. And just have in mind, we're volunteers, so we're just doing this in our spare time. But if you want to get in contact with us, you can either contact me or our Vice Chair Paco. You can find us on LinkedIn. There you can find the QR code for the LinkedIn page, or if our names are too complicated, you can also just write it in for us at ensygn.org or chair@ensygn.org for everything else. And if you have questions, please feel free. And if not, it was a pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you very much, Andrea. Actually, we will share all presentations through the National Contact Point website, and you can find all presentations there. And it's good to see a lot of events for young generation. Of course, young generation is a crucial challenge for us, because we need to attract people to natural sciences in education and further push them to the nuclear sector. And we need to do a lot. And your network is a good option for this activity, and we believe that we do a lot during next 2 years within the NURECAB project and out of this project as well. So thank you very much, Andrea, for your presentation. And I would like to invite next speaker. It is our partner of NURECAB project, European Nuclear Education Network, Katerina Pilugina. She is head of program manager, and sorry, I should say it, and a head of nuclear safeguards and security departments. Sorry, please, Katerina, you're welcome.
Hello. Hello, everybody. As Sergey mentioned already, I am Katerina Pilugina, and I am another representative of European Nuclear Education Network Gabriel Pavel, my executive director, has already presented our network here in the morning. And I will present in more details what we are doing in our organization and what activities we are covering. As a few words about myself, as you can see, for those who don't know me, as you can see from my name, it looks like I am a bit of Ukrainian, and yes, I am Ukrainian. I'm originally from Ukraine and Kyiv, but now I work for European Nuclear Education Network, and I am now located in Brussels, Belgium. But I'm super happy to be here in person, and I'm grateful to my executive director that he let me know or let me do this and to be present in person, because as for us as one of the European partners of this project, NURECAB project for Ukraine, for us it's very important to get aware and to get introduced to you in person, to have a much more successful cooperation and to contribute a bit more compared with online. So this is my presentation, and I would say that actually I tried to cover as much as possible, but it's still not everything we do. And I will now cover some kind of general issues we do, but in the afternoon I will be still here with you, and we will speak a bit more in a bit more details about our activities, and you will have an opportunity to ask as much questions as possible, and I will explain everything I can. Can I have the next slide, please? Or maybe I can do. Okay. So who are we? European Nuclear Education Network, and then in short, we are an international non-profit organization which is based in Belgium and established in 2003. So we are pretty mature already. Okay, our mission is actually preservation and further development of nuclear expertise. And we are doing this in collaboration with our members. And we are doing this by strengthening and facilitating and pushing cooperation between our members, and not only by them, because we are involved in, and we are trying to be involved in a lot of activities in the area to make sure that we can have as good nuclear competences as possible. So as you can see, our members are mostly universities, research organizations, regulatory bodies, nuclear industry, associations, international organizations, networks. So actually, we are covering the whole nuclear area. We are trying to be with everybody to support with networking and cooperation between them. Okay, I have slides in 2 languages, but I can maybe better, I will put Ukrainian. So we are around 100 members, and these members are from about 25 countries, which is for us a lot. We work mostly in Euratom projects and other European programs projects. So for the moment, we already have, from the beginning of our existence, we completed 26 projects. Most of them are under Euratom. 11 projects are now ongoing, and they are also, it's Horizon 2020, Horizon Europe, Euratom, and also we are working with the International Partnership Department, Directorate of European Commission, and these programs are dedicated for non-EU countries. And also we are expecting start of 4 new projects where NN is one of the partners, and NURECAB is one of these projects. And all of the projects we are involved in are financed by European Commission. So the expertise is actually covering the whole piece of this nuclear pie, and we are covering all possible expertise, starting from nuclear generation technologies, physical protection, red waste management, nuclear physics, and nuclear safeguards, and so on and so forth. Also, aside of our projects, we have some kind of activities which are like associated with NN, and they are our core activities, like NN or NN established by NN and are being held by NN, not in sorry. Okay, we have air alarm now. I have to stop.
Sorry, what we should do, we stop our meeting for 5 minutes. I think we should take a shelter, and after that, we decided what to do. Okay, we decided to continue our meeting. Sorry, Katerina, please continue.
So, is everybody ready to continue? Karazin. I know you. Okay, yeah, we had some break, which was not super pleasant, but still, this is life. So our main activities are the activities which are core NN, and we are holding them from the very beginning. So actually, these are competitions for secondary schools, competitions for PhD students, which is called PhD Event in Enterprise. And we also have a certification for European Master in Nuclear Engineering. Це не працює щось. Окей. Трохи більш детально про членів НН. Вибачте. A bit of details about NN members. And so we have different categories of membership, which is full membership, where we have only EU organizations. And now we have 69 of them. We have international partners. And here we have four organizations, universities from Ukraine. And you can see them, and also Odessa Polytechnic University. Sorry, I forgot to put you. And partners, which are international organizations, associations, networks. And from here we have one Ukrainian organization, which is the Union of Rectors of Ukraine. And actually, how NN works. We have president and vice president who are elected every 2 years by our board. Board is also elected by our members. And these 3 people are people who are doing everything, all the job on a day-to-day basis. and we call ourselves NN Management. Our executive director has already spoken today in the beginning of our meeting, Gabriel Lazaro-Pavel. We have also Camila Boix, our project manager, and myself. So I just quickly introduce what are our basic principles. So actually we are preserving nuclear competences in Europe and outside Europe as well. We are trying to enforce and strengthen different educational and training programs. We try to be supported, and we do our best with this, to be supported at the high levels in the European Union. We also facilitate knowledge management, and because we understand that it's very important for preservation of nuclear competences and qualitative education and research. And also communication, which is actually something which NN is doing every day, and by which we are supporting our partners and friends to make sure that they can share the information and transfer of knowledge between themselves. So actually, NN is, as I mentioned, NN is covering all possible areas, and here you can see that we are covering nuclear safety, nuclear safeguards, and we are considering and to start covering also security area. So for the moment, we have a lot of programs and trainings and educational activities related to nuclear safety. So we have a lot of nuclear schools and trainings for SMR-related topics, for nuclear fuel technologies, nuclear medicine, radiochemistry, and radiation protection, so on and so forth. We have a bit of important activities, and my colleague from GRC, Jean, mentioned it today, specializing master on nuclear safeguards, which is our product in cooperation, close cooperation with GRC and Politecnico di Milano. And we are very much proud of this unique product, which is already second edition ongoing for the moment, and it's very successful. And we also propose short-term courses on nuclear safeguards, and this year we will start, so we will deliver a unique practical course in Belgium and on safeguards, and we hope that Ukrainian colleagues who applied for this course will be super happy, and they will let you know how it was. And yes, nuclear security is something which is under high demand now, because we have a development of nuclear technologies. We also have new challenges related to military conflicts in Europe, in East Asia. So, and we understand that, and most of this is also related with nuclear facilities. So we consider that nuclear security is something which should be should have attention as well, and we in NN are trying to make sure these needs are addressed as well. So at the same time, we also proudly we are proud to mention here that we are establishing under support of Euratom project NN2+, and NN Hub, which will somehow provide the whole picture of all education and training activities in Europe, including vocational education and training. So this hub will be something which is collecting information from all organizations, all universities, and all training and education providers in Europe and maybe beyond, because we are actually trying to involve as much as possible organizations, not only from Europe, because we are for safe nuclear and for preservation of nuclear competences in the world. By the way, I didn't mention that one of the, so I mentioned that NN is like our special expertise is communication and networking. And we recently we delivered a few training courses related on communication, crisis communication, and stakeholder engagement, where we shared our experience in establishing good collaboration, cooperation, and communication between our partners. Very quickly, this is a bit of information about NN portfolio. So I mentioned before that we are working in about 14 Euratom projects, and these are these projects, and we are proudly we are happy that NURECAB is one of them, and here you can see what is behind of these abbreviations. So actually you can also see that we are covering the whole nuclear as much as we can. So this is just repeating what I mentioned, that how we contribute, we share the knowledge, we ensure harmonization of education programs, enhance mobility, cross-border learning, dissemination of research results. We are always in line with needs, and we are always in line with our stakeholders, and we are making sure that they are communicating between each other. And few words, so I will speak about this later in the afternoon, but few words about our flagship project, NN2+. I mentioned it a few minutes ago. So actually, this project is one of I would say, the biggest initiative of European Commission, which is related to building the competencies in nuclear sphere. And actually, it covers a lot of different activities, which is aimed to address this goal. And one of the biggest goals of this project is mobility. And we were planning to reach about 1,000 people, like to moved across borders and having opportunities to take part in different events related to their research or job. And actually, it is only 2 years of the project, and we already reached this figure. So, and we have still two years ahead. So just if you want to know more about this project, please scan this QR code. And but I will repeat in the afternoon if you want more information. So mobility is one of our biggest activities in NN2+, and I also propose you to scan a QR code for mobility manual, which speaks about this activity in more details. But still, I am in your disposal today, and you ask me about this. So I will skip this. And one of the interesting activities under NN2+ is an activity which is like, it's a series of different webinars in nuclear engineering. And actually they are, every Friday we have these webinars. They are led by University of Pisa. And we had, for the moment, we had more than 50 webinars already, and they are covering different topics related to nuclear. So also, if you want more information, please check the QR code and you can find them. There are also recordings of all this, most of all these webinars. So if you're interested, you can always check. This is what I mentioned before, our PhD event and prize, which is annually managed by NN in cooperation with European Commission JRC, Joint Research Center. And it's actually a great opportunity for young PhD researchers who can share the results of their research and who can get some award and continue their research with some nice prize which we can give to them, and this is how we support also young researchers. And so this is some pictures from the previous one in Krakow during ENYG and European Nuclear Young Generation Forum. So actually this event is held like as a side event of different conferences in nuclear. This year it will be in Munich in a week. And so applications is closed, but I would encourage you to consider applying or to announce within your PhD students to apply to this edition of PhD event and prize, which will be in Warsaw, Poland, and as a side event of visa Road Waste. Yes, as I told this, I have a lot. So, and one of the core events is not events but activities is MSNE, certification in master in nuclear engineering, European Master in Nuclear Engineering. So I also, if you are interested in, I also will provide more details if you need. I mentioned this, Master in Nuclear Safeguards, our one of our unique activities, and secondary schools. So also we have different events for secondary schools. So we arrange nuclear schools, support nuclear schools, and some creative contests for them. Actually, Philip Kuznetsov and his team, they recently had a nuclear school supported by NN2+ in Kharkiv, and it was super successful. So and then of course to make sure we are in line with everything, and we know all the needs and demands and the trends in the nuclear and in Europe, we always in line, in connection with the European high-level people activities. We are always taking part in different forums to network and to communicate with our decision makers. So finally, Sergey could be happy. So QR codes are our social media. If whatever you are in, please scan and join NN in there. We will be happy. Thank you very much.
Вас не чутно.
Не до меня слышно.
Вас не чутно онлайн.
Вас не чутно нашим онлайн.
Онлайн. Вы сказали, что для участия в программе потребує 60 кредитів ЕКТС. У нас на рік на семестр дається 30 кредитів ЕКТС. Взагалі по всім дисциплінам. Як можна виконати ці умови молодим?
Ну, наскільки я розумію, якщо це, ну, я думаю, що це досяжно. Якщо це не досяжно, то я думаю, що за допомогою нашого проєкту ми це будемо намагатися виправити. Але я думаю, що все ж таки, так, я думаю, що можна набрати. Якщо це дійсно ядерна дисципліна і спеціальність, то ну, не буду тут, скажімо так, я не буду тут спекулювати, бо я не знаю, як це в Україні устроєно, але в Європі це досяжно, це нормально. Ну, знаєте як, давайте так, 3 секунди. В Україні трохи по-іншому вища освіта сконструйована. І я думаю, що просто у нас є бакалавр, наприклад, з ядерної енергетики, ну, я просто не пам'ятаю, як вона конкретно називається. В Європі, наприклад, таке не дуже часто зустрічається. Тому ми можемо кредити набрати звідти. Тобто, ну, я так розумію. Це теж спекуляція, але розмірковуємо. Тобто є над чим подумати.
Thank you very much, Katerina. I think that we can discuss it a bit later. And we are happy to have NN as a partner of our project, and we plan to do a lot together. So, and I would like to pay your attention mobility program of NN and lectures that provided by NN, because, for example, lectures we have each week new person, new contact that can be useful for your collaboration. So please pay attention these opportunities. And I would like to invite next speaker from joint stock company, National Nuclear Generating Company, Energatom, Dmytro Shamis. Please welcome. The floor is yours.
День ще раз. Меня зовут Дмитрий Шамис, директор департамента управления квалификацией персонала на Энергатом. И тема моей презентации сегодня – управление подготовкой и квалификацией персонала в ВС Украины. В Украине діють 4 АЭС. Рівненська АЭС, 2 блоки 440, ВВР 440, 2 блоки ВВР 1000, Південно-Українська АЕС 3 блоки ВВР 1000. Я працював на Південно-Українській АЕС більше 30 років. Хмельницька 2 блоки ВВР 1000 і Запорізька, на жаль, з окупацією зараз 6 блоків ВВР 1000. По ситуації на Запорізькій атомній станції. З березня 2022 року, на жаль, уряд України не контролює майданчик Запорізької АЕС. І лише на офіційному сайті МАГАТЕ ми можемо побачити реальну інформацію про цю станцію. Поточні умови: 6 блоків перебувають в режимі холодної зупинки. Зараз ЗАЕС обслуговують 2000 колишніх працівників на Енергатом, які підписали контракти з Росатомом, і приблизно 1000 вновь прийнятих працівників. Понад 70% ліцензованих операторів ЗАЕС переїхали на безпечну територію, тобто на підконтрольну територію України, урядом України, або за кордон. Така ж ситуація з рештою персоналу Запорізької станції. У Києві створено кол-центр для працівників Запорізької станції, центр кадрової технічної підтримки, і компанія «Енергатом» забезпечує для персоналу ЗАЕС, який переїхав на територію підконтрольної українському уряду, працевлаштування офлайн або онлайн, навчання та іспити. Навчальний центр атомної станції. Кожна АЕС України має стандартний навчальний центр з повномасштабним тренажером для кожного типу реактора, кваліфікованим інструкторським персоналом, аудиторією тощо. І компенсаційні заходи внаслідок війни. Кожні 3 місяці в грудні 2022 року проводиться підтримка кваліфікації персоналу Запорізької станції на навчальних центрах Південно-Українська, Хмельницька і Рівненська атомна станція. Тому ми готові як буде вільна, ми будемо експлуатація буде обновлена. Ну, значить, корпоративна система електронного навчання. Кожна АЕС України має корпоративну систему електронного навчання, вона єдина, яка включає веб-сайт навчального центру в локальній мережі кожного майданчику, і там ця система доступна. Компенсаційні заходи внаслідок війни. Було виконано перенесення корпоративної системи електронного навчання АСКА з локальної мережі АЕС в інтернет з заходами безпеки. Кожен працівник з Запорізької атомної станції має можливість, який переїхав на безпечну територію, має можливість користуватися цією системою корпоративною через мобільний інтернет 24/7. А також кожен працівник Запорізької станції має можливість пройти навчання та самостійне тестування з охорони праці, пожежної безпеки, радіаційної безпеки та ядерної безпеки. Але для іспиту, якщо ми хочемо використовувати цю систему для іспиту, то в цьому випадку іспит проводиться в екзаменаційному класі, який обладнаний комп'ютерами від корпоративної системи електронного навчання. Комп'ютерна навчальна система польових операторів. На АЕС України впроваджено, кілька років тому, впроваджено проєкт Єврокомісії удосконалення підготовки операційного персоналу АЕС в частині комп'ютерної навчальної системи польових операторів для типового енергоблоку РУ В-320. Відео. Можна відео? За покроковим сценарієм оператор виконує технологічні завдання, правильне виконання завдань на обладнанні, дотримання правил безпеки, географія використання обладнання, використовує 3D-модель, використання засобів індивідуального захисту для інструментів. Розроблені уніфіковані галузеві програми підготовки операторів БШУ для начальників СМЕ та погоджені з регулюючим органом 23-м РОС. Склад програм, навчальні курси з безпеки праці, це навчання охорони праці, пожежної безпеки, ядерної радіаційної безпеки. Базові технічні курси, навички менеджера, людський фактор, обладнання АЕС, навчання на робочому місці та на повномасштабному тренажері. Навчальні курси з безпеки зараз доступні в корпоративній системі електронного навчання. Але базові технічні курси, навчальні курси менеджерських навичок, на жаль, поки що недоступні в необхідному обсязі в системі корпоративного навчання. Ми надіємося на вашу допомогу. Набір та початкове навчання ключового персоналу. Ключовий персонал – це оператори БЧУ, начальники змін, менеджери, лінійні менеджери, менеджери середньої ланки, польові оператори, інженери та ремонтний персонал. Основні етапи. Співбесіда з лінійним керівником, базове технічне тестування з використанням корпоративної системи електронного навчання, психологічне обстеження, співбесіда з керівником управління кадрів, топ-менеджером, далі навчання з безпеки праці, охорона праці, пожежної безпеки, ядерної радіаційної безпеки, з використанням корпоративної системи АСКА. І далі навчання на робочому місці, іспити. Далі праця. Ну, наші плани на наступні роки. Кабінет міністрів України схвалив проєкт закону про розміщення і проєктування для будівництва енергоблоків номер 3 і 4 ХАЕС, а також підписана угода з компанією Westinghouse про закупівлю обладнання для енергоблоку 5, ну і далі 6. Також Хмельницької атомної станції. Згідно з загальних вимог безпеки, перед введенням енергоблоків в експлуатацію АЕС комплектуються підготовленим експлуатаційним персоналом, який пройшов перевірку знань, допущений до роботи. Таким чином, робота з підбору кадрів вже нами розпочинається вже сьогодні. Ну, питання, запитання. Будь ласка.
Переподготовки оперативного персоналу до рівня ВІУРа.
Ще раз.
Так?
Ще раз питання.
Якщо я вірно зрозумів, це стосується перепідготовки або тренінгу оперативного персоналу ранком до ВІУРа.
Не тільки.
А ремонтний персонал?
Ключові посади ремонтного персоналу також.
Лабораторія металу?
Всі ключові посади, інженерної підтримки, ремонтного персоналу, не тільки оперативний персонал. Оперативний персонал тільки...
Турбіністи?
Турбіністи – це оперативний персонал. Оперативний персонал – це реакторний цех, турбінне відділення, електроцех, цех ТАФ і інші виробничі підрозділи. Це ТАФ – це ключовий підрозділ.
Метрологія?
Метрологія обов'язково.
У мене теж питання. Скажіть, будь ласка, ось система КОСПО, вона входить в e-learning систему?
Ні.
Ні. Це просто інше.
Я пропоную після у нас буде час, ми можемо це обговорити.
Дякую.
Ще питання? Ні? Дякую.
Thank you very much, Dmitry. Actually, it's very important that we have Energatom as a partner of our project because it moves us closer to industry. And we believe in this cooperation. It can improve our educational program, our research program as well. So, and the final presentation will be about our project. And please, can you share the last one? Thank you very much. This presentation is about overview of the NURECAB project. And actually, I have said about our main goals, our specific goals, and our project. I remind that it is aimed to support an improvement of nuclear education and training programs in Ukraine and strengthen integration of Ukrainian researchers and education entities of their infrastructure into the Euratom research and training program. And the project is divided by 6 work packages. The first work package is devoted to education. It's about a study of the gaps between educational courses and nuclear sector needs. And after that, providing new courses for our universities. The second work package is about training staff in universities and training for Ukrainian stakeholders about framework program, about Euratom program, and training for NCP staff, for Euratom NCP staff. The third work package is about international and national cooperation. We will try to facilitate our international cooperation and cooperation between nuclear sector entities in Ukraine. And we plan a lot of events for this line. The next work package is about young capacity building. We pay attention to our young generation. We will provide a lot of events for schoolers and students, for master students, bachelor students, PhD students, to attract people to physics science, to attract people from universities to nuclear sector. The five work packages: communication, dissemination, exploitation, and the next one is about project management. Is the usual work packages for framework projects, and it is about disseminating the results, the vision of the project, its communication with different audience of the project. I would like to present some key performance indicators of our project, and it will be done from one goal to another goal. These slides about deeper integration, your researchers and education into Euratom. We are going to provide 65 opportunities to participate of your stakeholders in relevant to Euratom events. We provide for NURECAB workshops and 3 NUA work group meetings. We provide Euratom Info Day and annual Euratom NCP workshop. We provide recommendation for integration of Ukrainian nuclear research and education community into European community. And we will provide 4 trainings for Euratom stakeholders in Ukraine. The next one about young generation capacity building. It is planned to provide 12 events for nuclear young generation, and 15 events will be provided by universities for schoolers, 12 opportunities for travels for PhD students. We are going to create recommendations for young nuclear generation capacity building and integration into European community, and create the website like a guidelines for entrance of nuclear education in Ukraine. If we're talking about Ukraine NCP to Euratom capacity building, it is planned to provide for Euratom NCP staff trainings and 5 participation of NCP staff in different events relevant to framework program and Euratom program, and supporting and improvement of the communication and dissemination tools of NCP. Okay, and we just lost one slide. I should say about improvement of quality of education key performance indicators. We are planning to do study of the knowledge gaps between existing education programs and nuclear sector needs, and provide recommendations for quality improvement. It is planned to create 10 improved or develop new courses in fission and fusion area, 5 integrations to Euratom corporate learning system of 5 nuclear universities. And it is a good opportunity to close universities and nuclear sector. It will be provided 4 trainings for universities teaching and research staff, and 45, it is the number of university teaching and research trained staff. So we go further from one package to another one. The first work package is nuclear education enhancement, identifying gaps and strengthening pathways. The leader of this work package, Vladimir Kravchenko from Odessa Polytechnical National University. And the goals of this work package is closing the knowledge gaps between existing education program and actual labor market needs at the national nuclear sector, and developing new advanced training courses for core Ukrainian universities in the area of nuclear education and further their integration in the educational process. There are two tasks in this work package, and the first task is a study of the knowledge gaps that we have currently. And we are going to study not only industry, but we are looking to research and technologies development. So we pay attention to fission and fusion as well in this area. And naturally, that main focus is about fission topic, is about nuclear power plants in this area. The second task is about creation of the new courses. When we finished our study, we analyze and create some ideas about new courses and make a choice and further make a development of new courses. And a very important part of this task is integration e-learning system of Energoatom to universities. We are going to create a main base in Kyiv Polytechnic Institute, and it will be used by other universities online, and we give access all universities participated in this project to use this e-learning system together with Energoatom and provide new courses to upgrade this system. The second work package is about staff training for Euratom stakeholders. The leader is from National Technical University of Ukraine, Igor Sikorsky Kyiv Polytechnic Institute, Sergei Klevtsov. And we have the following objectives: support of competence improvement and knowledge exchange in nuclear education area, reinforcement of Ukrainian stakeholders' knowledge and best practices exchange related to international cooperation under the Horizon Europe and Euratom programs, strengthening the Euratom NCP staff skills and improvement of NCP quality services. So what we are planning to do, we will provide 4 trainings for university staff by Energoatom and KPT, and training for 5 universities to utilize the e-learning system ASCO. The following 2 tasks is about NCP staff trainings. It looks like 4 trainings, 2 offline and 6 online. And after that, we will provide 4 trainings for wide audience of Ukrainian stakeholders, and plan to attend 60 persons to our trainings. The next work package 3 about strengthening of national and international cooperation. I'm a work package leader, and with large support from INEN side in this work package. The main objectives is development of national and international cooperation for boosting competencies and better integration of Ukrainian stakeholders to European research area. And we plan to task access to Ukrainian researchers to K-Euratom international events and in NUR working groups activities for integration of researchers to European research and education area. What we plan to do, we plan to create a special mobility grants and create mobility manual to provide 15 national and 15 international travels for non-project involved stakeholders. And we plan to have two target audience. The first one is Ukrainian researchers and representatives of Ukrainian research and innovation entities to support them in deeper integration of the activity into a European nuclear research and education program. It means support the participation in Euratom relevant conference and events, networking meetings for proposal preparation, open workshops, seminars, and trainings of the ongoing Euratom projects. And the second audience is the nuclear young generation, and we are going to support our bachelor's, master students, and PhD students to participate in European initiatives for nuclear young generation. One more activities, it is workshops. We plan to provide 3 workshops. The first one will be in October, in a month, for discussion, the topic Ukrainian and European nuclear education trends and nuclear industry prospects. The second seminar will be in November about mobility manual. We create this manual and spread this information among our community to make it possible to use this manual and provide opportunities for travel for our community. The second workshop planned in December, and it will be about nuclear research and innovation, Ukrainian integration to European nuclear research area. It is more about research than education. And the third workshop planned in February 2025, nuclear education and training, integration of Ukrainian nuclear education and training community into European education and training system. It is about how to make closer education system of Ukraine and education nuclear system in Europe. We plan next week to share Google form for registration to the workshop devoted nuclear education trends and nuclear industry prospects. We are going to discuss some general issues and some specific issues. General issues will be about Ukrainian nuclear education overview, European nuclear education overview, about labor needs in nuclear sector in Ukraine and Europe, about cooperation between Ukrainian educational entities and nuclear sector, and specific issues concerns actually some types of knowledge. It's material science, reactor physics, nuclear medicine, nuclear fuel cycles, and other topics. So welcome to the NURECAB workshop in October 8th, and we share our registration form next week. We invite you to participate in this event. The next work package is about capacity building of youth, and work package leader, Philip Kuznetsov, representative of Karazin, Kharkiv National University, one of the youngest deans in Ukraine for physical departments. So naturally that he is the leader of this work package. And the objective of this work package is strengthening of mobility among master students and PhD students, attraction of young generation to nuclear physics departments at Ukrainian universities, creation of recommendations for nuclear young generation capacity building and the integration into European community. We provide some events and the main leader of these national events, Ukrainian Nuclear Society, with competitions for secondary schools, for PhD students, competitions for networking meeting among young researchers. As well, we are going to provide webinars for teachers in fission area and in fusion area as well. Some numbers of this activity, and we plan that we do impact and increase awareness among the youngest generation about nuclear industry as a safe green production sector and attractive area for job, increase the number of young people who will enroll in nuclear specialties at specialized institutions of the higher education, increase the number of students who will choose enterprises and scientific institutions of the nuclear sector. And one more activity in this work package is support of PhD students to take part in different European events devoted to young generation development. The next work package is about communication, dissemination, and exploitation. The leader is KIPT. And the objective of this work package is to raise awareness about Euratom program. It's establish synergy with other Euratom projects and contact with EU stakeholders, support the knowledge transfer to stakeholders and foster education and training, promoting project results, progress, and objectives and benefits for stakeholders, providing effective and transparent data management of the project activities. And what we plan to do, we provide some events like this event, kickoff meeting. The same will be at the end of the project, final meeting. Some exploitation meeting will be in the end of the project. We are going to organize impact workshop and workshop with demonstration of new courses that we will develop under the project. We provide some results of our study. It will be very soon in spring after the finish our study of gaps between nuclear education and nuclear sector needs. As well, we will provide annual Euratom NCP Ukraine workshop and info day for our audience when the next work program will be ready to start in 2026. And the last one, it's about project management and coordination. It is from leading from KPT side as well. And the objective and tasks will devote it to provide efficient management to the project and efficient reporting of the project and efficient cooperation, internal cooperation within the team of the project. So that's all from my side. Slava Ukraini. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Шановний пане Сергію, я би хотіла висловити вам свою подяку Большакова Інеса.
Так, дякую, Інеса Антонівна.
Але я хотіла ще додати, дякую за її дуже хорошу організацію, і ця ініціатива, я думаю, буде не останньою. Крім того, я прошу вас надати мені так само контактні дані Катрін Такової з Європейської комісії, дуже підходить у нас з нею спільно, якщо можна. Добре.
Так, звісно, ми поширимо всі презентації, там будуть контакти. Я окремо вам ще надішлю контакти Катерини Птачкової.
Дуже дякую. Дуже дякую.
What about other questions? I don't see questions online, so we can finish our meeting, our kickoff meeting open session, and I would like to say final words from the side of NURECAB Consortium. I would like to thank you all one more time for joining us today. It was a very tough day, a lot of presentation, a huge bulk of information. And what I would like to say in the end that I invite you to all of our workshops. So we will cover a lot of questions, a lot of challenges in nuclear sector, in nuclear research, in nuclear education, in nuclear industry. and welcome you to be a part of our activity. We have a question.
Yes, please. Maxim Savelyev, the Institute for the Safety Problem of the Nuclear Power Plant, National Academy of Science. Are you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank you for invitation for this kickoff meeting, and from myself and from my colleagues, I wish you great success in this very important work for Ukraine. Thank you so much, and good luck in your work. However, I would like to say a very small comment because during all these presentations, I missed very important issues related to the nuclear decommissioning, nuclear legacy management, and nuclear accident management. And I don't see Chernobyl and PP as even on the maps that you have provided during this day, we don't see the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. And our experience, I mean, the experience of Ukraine is very important in this subject. I mean, accident management and legacy management. So I just want to point your attention and to include in the future activities such kind of items. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Maxim. I absolutely agree with you about your mentioned areas, and actually we plan to discuss these areas as well in our first workshop in a month, and I would like to invite you to this event as well. And of course, we have a lot of areas in nuclear science and nuclear industry, and we should analyze them. We should make some focuses, and we should have a discussion about this, because we are different in nuclear sector. We have different needs, and we should compare how big this area or another one, and it will be come to us within the discussion. So please take a part in our meetings for discussions. Thank you very much.
Thank you for invitation, and I just suggest you to invite also the administration of Slavutich town, the town which is linked to Chernobyl nuclear power plant, Chernobyl nuclear power plant, of course, and Slavutich branch of Kyiv Polytechnic Institute, because Slavutich branch of Kyiv Polytechnic Institute developing training materials for nuclear decommissioning, and they are very well educated, and they have several programs already developed for nuclear decommissioning, and this experience and their knowledge will add value to your events. So again, thank you so much for invitation.
Thank you very much for your comments. Any other questions from online participants? Okay, I should say again, thank you very much for everyone who are in the conference room and everyone who are online. Thanks a lot for your time, and pay attention for nuclear education, research, and industry. See you on the future events, and have a good day and a week without any alarms from our life. Yeah, thank you very much. See you.
My pleasure. Thank you for inviting us.